Well, good evening, Hotfix Nation, and welcome to Hidden Heroes. Hidden Heroes is a new show where we aim to showcase speedrunners who are a part of underrepresented communities and the games that they're passionate about and want to show off. I am your host, Anarchy, and we've got a great lineup of platform heroes going on tonight. This episode was sort of meant to be just another sampler episode where we sort of get an idea of who we're going to be showing off on the show. And the kinds of people that'll be here. But it just so happened to work out this way. We have got a generational lineup for you all tonight. Up first, we're going to be having the GOAT, Jaxla, running Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. After that, we've got fellow Hotfix showrunner Limey running Paperball. And then we're going to wrap up with another GDQ veteran, Shovelclaws, running Grapple Dog's Cosmic Canines, of which I watched it get world record last night for the category that we'll be seeing. So it's kind of baller. So I think you should stick around. Today's shirt bit, we've got Monkey Ball going on. We love me some Monkey Ball, given we're going to be having a ball platformer on tonight. So that is very swag. And just before we get started, we got a couple of announcements for you. Speaking of shirts, if you'd like to support GDQ Hotfix, check out the 2024 Season 4 shirt at theyeti.com/AGDQ. It's got a whole bunch of show logos. It's got our Cholo Dude Coop on there. It's a great shirt. So if you want to support Hotfix, you should check out the shirt. Also, if you want to sort of show your support in person, AGDQ 2025 will be live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania from January 5th to 12th. Visit GamesDoneQuick.com to check out the AGDQ 2025 important dates section to learn more. But without further ado, I think it is Jaxler time. So, Jaxler, take it away.
All right. Well, good evening, everybody. And Anarchy, thank you for having me. I am Jaxler, and I will be showing off Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1's All Bosses category for y'all tonight. This is specifically the unrestricted version of the category, so pretty much anything and everything goes as far as glitches are concerned. To my knowledge, I think this is the first time any game from the Kain series has appeared on Hotfix in any or on the GDQ channel, period. So super excited to get to show this off. This game is super sick. There's a lot of busted stuff going on with this game, so I'm good to just hop right into it if you are, Anarchy.
I sure am. I think it is Kain time.
It is Kain time. All right. Well, time will start as soon as I select new game here. So let's get going in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Yippee. Welcome to Soul Reaver, everybody. So to give you an idea of what all bosses unrestricted means, again, anything goes as far as glitch and techniques wise is concerned. But what all bosses means is, in addition to defeating Kain both times, we also need to take care of all 4 of our vampire brethren, which include Melchiah, Rahab, Zephon, and Duma. And so we need to take care of those 4 buffoons before we take on the final boss. And so this is a really, really broken game. I'm going to do my best to try to describe everything that's going on over the course of it. But as far as like the game's like lore is concerned, this is Raziel. He used to be a vampire, but then Kain, who the game series is named after, threw us into the Hell Dimension, aka the Abyss, aka Brazil, and that turned us into a Soul Reaver instead of a vampire, so we feed on souls. And so this game is just kind of us getting our revenge on Kain, on our brothers that threw us into Brazil, and we'll just kind of go from there. Spoiler warning, we're not going to see a whole lot of the plot. This game is kind of notorious for its unskippable cutscenes casually, but with glitches and stuff, we have a lot of opportunities to skip those and save both loads of time. So we're hearing from the Elder God at the start. This is the guy who's telling us, hey, you're a Soul Reaver now, you should go beat up those vampire guys. It would be really funny if you did that. And we're gonna make it go from there. All right. Yeah, so during these opening cutscenes, it's just kind of chill time for a little bit. During one run, I literally had enough time to make a peanut butter sandwich and eat it during the opening cutscenes. I kid you not.
As you should.
As you should. Yeah. Remember to stay healthy, hydrated, and not hungry, I guess. So you're going to notice at the very start of the game that I'm going to be doing a lot of jumping. Jumping is a lot faster than our walking animation, so I'm going to be doing it whenever possible. And we're going to get our first warp gate here. There are a bunch of these different warp stations throughout the game. We're going to be using this one a lot. It's also, we're required to do this because they put a wall in the way. But we're going to be using this warp gate to get kind of all over the place in the game, especially since this is all bosses. And so another thing to mention as well, and this will come up in a bit, is this game was released in 1999, which is kind of before you had traditional camera movement, because it was built around PS1, so it was built around analog stick movement. So you can move in all 8 directions, but you can't move in angles between those 8. and your camera left and right is activated by 2 separate buttons. And so if you press both of those camera buttons, pan left, pan right together, it will center the camera behind Raziel and sort of zoom in a quasi first person mode. And normally, like, if you're, I'm explaining a glitch. So if you're crouched and you try to do this button combo to center the camera, it won't work. But as soon as you uncrouch, it will cause the camera to zoom back in on you. And so what you can do is, in combination with the glitch select menu, you can actually get Raziel to walk around in this first person mode. So I'm going to crouch, hold both of the camera buttons, and you're going to notice the camera zoom in and I get a double jump. So that is the breakout glitch. And in that instance, it let us do a high jump canceled into a high jump. I'll explain a bit more about how it works a little bit later because we'll be seeing more uses of it. But that allowed us to do basically 2 high jumps in a row, which is not normally possible. And that allowed us to skip some of the tutorial platforming there. And so now we've got our first combat encounter with these Slua. There's a little bit of randomness in how they like to behave. So this guy's going to run away from me, which is pretty typical. Okay, I managed to catch up with him. It is notoriously hard to hit these guys if you're not locked on. So I'm glad we managed to say that okay. And then something I'm trying to do is angle Raziel away from those ledges right here. And you'll see me do it a little bit here where I hold back from jumping because ledge grabs are pretty slow in this game. And you're trying to avoid ledge grabs whenever possible, right? So this breakout glitch that we saw earlier, essentially what it does is it allows us to walk around in that first person mode where you normally don't have player control. And whenever you let go of those 2 camera buttons, it will cancel whatever animation that you're doing instantly. And so earlier we saw that we could cancel the high jump animation and then use Coyote time to do another high jump. But it's actually useful in a whole bunch of different spots as well. Coming up here in a little bit, you'll be able to see me do it to cancel the door opening animation, and the collision for the door disappears because you're supposed to walk through it, so you can just like run through the door during the cutscene, and that saves a little time in addition to looking really funny. And then it's also going to be like super important for a sequence that we're going to be doing after this. I'm going to explain the sequence that you're going to see, and then be quiet while I do it, because there's a trick after that that's going to happen. There's a whole lot of nonsense going on at the start of the run. So what I'm going to do is, once I do the breakout glitch to get into the cutscene in the next room, I will use the breakout double jump to get over a cutscene trigger to avoid some enemies from aggroing on me. From there, I'm essentially going to do a strat to, so yeah, you see I can run through the door while the door opens and run straight into the cutscene. It's going to look a little funky. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over a cutscene to skip it. It's also going to cause these 2 enemies to not aggro. Then what I'm going to do is do very specific crouch movement to avoid another cutscene with that pushable block that we see in the left corner of the screen. I'm going to maneuver the block into position, and then when I'm ready, you'll see what ends up happening. All right, so we're going to start with this. So we're going to double crouch jump over there. And so I'm going to walk up and crouch. If you're crouched, this cutscene won't play. So we're going to lift this twice. So again, we're trying to avoid activating a cutscene here until the perfect moment. After this second push, we're going to activate the breakout glitch again. I'm going to push the block, cancel the animation. This is going to crush the 2 vampires with the block, which insta-kills them. And on top of that, it plays the cutscene for how to use a block tutorial, as well as the how to like absorb souls cutscene. And so it overlaps them at the same time, essentially skipping the second. And so, wow. Yeah. And if that wasn't crazy enough, this is probably one of the most famous glitches in the game that I'm going to go for here. I'm actually going to go ahead and save here just to be safe, because I can turbo beat this if I do this wrong. There we go, we got it. So I just activated a glitch called time stop. I will explain how I got that to work in a second. But now that I have this time stop state, if I unpause and repause the menu, basically the entire world in like space-time continuum is frozen. So if I unpause and repause next to a block, it's going to store that I was standing next to a block, which means that contextual actions like pulling the block will trigger even though it's unloaded. So I just zip out of bounds through that door and just get to keep moving on my merry way. So how come we didn't just open the door? Well, there's a 2-minute cutscene that plays as soon as you open that door. And by doing that bypass, with the what's called a time stop teleport, it lets you save 2 minutes off of that cutscene right there. So the way that time stop glitch works is that during Raziel's idle animation, his XYZ coordinates drift from left to right as he's kind of like shifting back and forth in that animation he does, where he's kind of like doing that whole nonsense. And so if you position him between 2 loading zones and then close the glyph select menu on the frame where like the menu flickers, it will allow you to walk around with the glyph select menu open, and during the glyph select menu, like enemies are frozen, cutscenes won't play. So that's how we were able to skip that cutscene. And then right here is probably the easiest cutscene skip in the game. You just jump right over it. Literally you just high jump over it. They just did not make it tall enough. It's great. That's a skip that anyone at home can do, and I recommend it because it's like a 40-second cutscene.
I'm gathering that this game is incredibly broken.
Oh yeah, we haven't even gotten to the half of it yet.
We've like just started.
So we're gonna do a fight skip here. You're supposed to kill these 2 enemies to unlock the door, but I'm gonna do a breakout to do a double crouch jump. This one needs a lot of height. I got over. Will we land? Nice. And so that gets us over here into the cutscene. Nice. That one's pretty tricky because if you're too low, you'll actually get caught on the wall and just slide down and you have to try the trick again. Excrement.
It was great that you got it first try.
I did get it first try, yeah. Going pretty good so far.
That is my goat.
Yeah. So we're doing a little bit of specific timing with where I place jumps to try to skip some ledge grabs. Because again, the ledge grab kind of stops you in place, so it prevents you from going forward. And then we get to see a really funny breakout. With these gates in particular, if you break out through the door, it just lets you walk through immediately. It's really funny. All right, so he's gonna hop that way. We're gonna do a double high jump right here. That's gonna skip a staircase. We operate the lever, and that's gonna let us get to the next section here. But yeah, Enrique, as you said, there's a lot going on at the start of the run. And this is just like the base movement. We haven't even gotten like the upgrade that will like snowball the run out of control. We're gonna dematerialize here and get a health refill. Whenever you shift between like the material and physical planes of the game, it affects geometry, so we can actually do it right here to not only prevent some cutscenes from loading, but also to make that skip possible. And I'm gonna attempt to skip another cutscene here. And we don't need the double crouch jump, we only need a crouch jump and a single jump right there, so we skipped another like 30-second cutscene. A lot of the big like tricks in this game are cutscene skips because they are all unskippable in this version of the game. So gonna do another big double crouch jump. That one's just a nice little platforming skip. And then here's another example where you can just phase right through the gate. And we're gonna get another warp gate here for Milkaya's domain. This is gonna be a really important warp for later. And before we actually go ahead and take care of the first boss, which is Milkaya, in this route at least, we're going to take a little bit of a detour for an upgrade called the Force Glyph, which I don't want to spoil quite what it does yet, but it's going to be very, very useful for us. Again, we're going to dematerialize here. There's going to be a section where we're going to need to go underwater, and it's faster to dematerialize here than it is to get forcibly dematerialized because the Empires can't deal with water like that, right? So it just sends you it sends you back to Brazil if you fall into water. All right, so we're gonna do a breakout jump to get up to here, do a high jump, that should get us this ledge grab, and then we're going to do 2 high jumps to get us out of bounds, and then into this hallway, which is unloaded. We're gonna reload the hallway, and then make our way here. You can see that pool of water right there is what I was trying to avoid being sent to Brazil for. And then we're going to refill our HP, rematerialize, and then this is sort of the hidden secret chamber. Normally, you can't actually access this room until every time you kill one of the bosses in this game, you get like a new ability. It's kind of like a Metroidvania in that sense. But you're supposed to get the one from Milkaya in order to get in here. So this allows us to get this upgrade early. And this Force Rune is typically I never see anyone use this in a casual playthrough. It's like the weakest spell you can get in the game. But for speedrunning, it is probably one of the single most broken things in the entire game. It's pretty epic. Before we grab it though, I'm going to attempt to pause buffer my way into grabbing it. If you pause, I believe on the frame that you collect it, you can save and quit and skip like a short cutscene. See if I can get this. Oh, the one pause? That's my go. Nice.
You're correct. Let's go.
And so we're going to quit and reload, and that will always put us back at the start of Brazil. And so conveniently, this will put us next to a warp gate so we can get right back to Mokaya's domain. I don't know why I keep calling the underworld Brazil. I'm not trying to like throw shade at Brazil or anything like that. It's just like the meme of you are now going to Brazil is just lodged in my dome right now. I apologize. So that was really good. So you might be wondering, why do we backtrack for maybe one of the weakest spells in the game? And the answer is because of another powerful glitch that it's going to allow us to perform. So we're going to break out glitch through the store for a little bit of faster movement. And this is the fun. This is where the fun part starts to happen. So you're going to see him spin up like that, and I'm flying now. And so it turns out that if you cancel the startup of the force glitch spell with a breakout glitch, you can end up walking for a short. Well, it's complicated, but you can basically put yourself in a super speed state. And if you do a very specific crouch jump into glide input, you can fly. Because the glide is normally supposed to send you downward. But if you mess with the animations, it will send you upwards instead, which is very funny.
That's great. Wow.
All right, this is a little risky to go for, but we're going for swag. Normally, it's safest to turn off your super speed here, but it's a lot faster if you're able to just glide down here because it makes a lot of your base movement animations faster. So one of the caveats with that super speed glitch is there's a lot of stuff that can cancel it. So if you pull up the glitch select menu, that cancels it. If you walk for too long, if you crouch walk, if you sneak walk, all of those will cancel your super speed glitch. You have to be pretty careful there. So I was actually doing some double taps as I backtracked to a loading zone that I missed, just so I wouldn't lose super speed and could kind of glide down the hallway a bit faster. All right.
I have to say, excellent chat message. Kain has gotten the zoomies.
He has indeed gotten the zoomies.
Great way to describe that.
Yeah, we are just flying all over Nosgoth at this point. It's great. So this is Melchiah. This is our little brother, and he's our first boss. So
little.
Yeah, he's not little anymore, but in terms of like age and seniority, there's a whole there's probably a whole Vampire Clan politics thing. I don't know. I haven't made my way through all the Legacy of Kain games. I'm like next to play Blood Omen 2, which I'm like 50-50 on whether I should play that or Defiance next, but you know what? If you're a Kain series fan in the chat, let me know which of the games I need to play next. But anywho, so this fight, the way that he works is that there are going to be these metal rebar doors that we're going to slam down on his head, which is pretty brutal. And so that relies on us manipulating him into these different rooms. So I'm going to do very specific movement patterns to try to get him to line up favorably. Sometimes he likes to be a little bit mean, so we're going to do 2 jumps this way, pause for like a quarter of a second, then jump up in here, pull the lever to lure him in. Buddy, you're gonna turn around? There you go.
Hey, pal.
And sometimes he likes to, see what I mean? Sometimes he likes to be a little rude. He can be a lot more disrespectful.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he gets kind of owned there. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my way this way, and I'm gonna keep an eye on him as he comes out of that room, just to make sure that he's going the correct direction. So he's gonna start to go around this way just a little bit, keeping my eye on him with the camera. On his
He's
way.
still alive?
Boom. And then for this last phase, we're going to go ahead and lure him into the center here. And you see that lever kind of spin into place, and we're going to kind of take him out in a bit of a grisly fashion here. So I'm setting myself on the other side of this cage so he doesn't try to go around the long way, which wouldn't even get him close to me in the first place. So he's going to materialize through that thing, and that lever means that he is dead. Awesome. So that's one of the 4 bosses that we need to take care of in addition to both Kain fights. And so, like I mentioned, you get a new ability every time you defeat one of these bosses. And in this case, his ability allows us to pass through specific types of walls in the spectral realm. So again, kind of when we're in Brazil, we can go through walls. It's pretty great. It's just a game mechanic. And so technically, you don't.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he gets, it's like that minigame in The Wind Waker. It's like, sploosh. he gets kind of.
Yeah, he's cooked.
He gets kind of cooked, and that gives us his soul. And we need all 4 of our brothers' souls in order to take on Kain. You don't actually need them all. in like the any percent unrestricted run, all you really need to do is just fight Kain twice. That run is really hard and very not marathon safe, which is why I run all bosses. But
That is valid.
oh my god,
That is very valid.
yeah. Yeah, so our next stop is actually going to be that first Kain fight. In that any percent run, there is a way to access that fight without this ability, but since this is an all bosses run, it is just way better to go and get this now, and then make our way to the first Kain fight. Pass through, and you shall. Something that we haven't really gotten to see all that much, just because I do not shut the heck up, is that this game has amazing cutscenes and voice acting, which you would not expect from like a game from its era. It's super sick. I love this game so much. So we're gonna get like some really peak cutscene when we make our way to Kain here. Something I'm gonna throw in on the way is a quick use of the flight. So in addition to allowing us to go really fast up, it's also just faster movement generally. So in spots where it's worthwhile to set up, it actually allows us to save a bunch of time and movement, which is really fun because it means I get to fly a bit more.
Yippee!
So the way that I activate that flight glitch actually has two different phases to it. There's priming the flight, and then there's actually activating the flight. So you prime it by doing that breakout to cancel the cast of the force glyph, but then you activate it by taking like a really quick step forward and then opening the glyph menu. So there's actually like a difference between like priming the super speed to go and then actually triggering it, and that'll become like super important later. Right here, I'm gonna do a couple of breakout jumps in order to skip a mandatory required fight. Well, it's not mandatory anymore because I'm just gonna click through this door and make my way out of here. But you get the idea, right?
Oh, that is awesome. That is so awesome.
Yeah. So it's actually really important that I go through the door there instead of, because even though like the inbounds geometry is right there, this game has very particular loading zone management that you have to do. So this game like does what's called level streaming, which is a fancy way of saying once you cross over certain thresholds, it will cause the next area to sort of load in. So it's all kind of one seamless experience. And so if you don't properly hit certain level loading triggers, the collision for the next area will load, but there will be no visuals, no actors. It causes a lot of problems. So in some spots, you got to be like super careful with your loading zone management in order to get through here properly. This is a great cutscene as well, might I add. I will just let it play for a little bit because it's peak.
What have you done with my plan, degenerate? You have no right. What I have made, I can also destroy, child. Damn you, Kain!
You're not God!
This act of genocide is
I freaking love this game so much. Oh my goodness. This is also another bathroom break cutscene. You know, it's funny too because like you'd think like, oh, like cutscenes in a game, that kind of makes it not as great for speedrunning, but I kind of like having the break a little bit because it just kind of gives you a chance to settle. Especially because after this boss fight that we're going to do, there's a really difficult trick that I'm going to have to do. If you remember that time stop glitch we did earlier, we are going to do a more difficult variation of it. So that looked insane. It's going to get worse before it gets better. But I'll go ahead and before we get into the boss fight, I'll explain briefly how it works. So there's 3 different positions in the map that Kain can teleport to, but if you hold still at the very start of the fight, he will teleport behind you. And if you damage him and then do very specific movement, you can basically manipulate him into teleporting into the same spot over and over, and just recycle him really, really quick. Both Kain fights are pretty straightforward in this game, which is kind of nice. As have you. And he's gonna pull out the Soul Reaver, and then we're gonna pontificate for a little bit, and then we're gonna get into the fight here.
Kain's ancient blade, older than any of us, and
Yeah, while we're here,
This is kind of baller.
it is kind of baller. It's peak fiction. These games are just peak fiction. Especially Soul Reaver 2. The story of that game is just peak. And so I just want to mention as well, since we'll have some time, if anyone has any questions about any of the stuff I'm talking about, Soul Reaver speedrunning in general, feel free to ask because there's probably a whole lot that I'm not going to be able to cover just because it's me flying solo here. So we're going to poke him. That's 2 times. And then once you get about to that middle circle here, boop, and he's done.
Well, yes.
Well, yes. Yeah, and then flashing lights warning, by the way. So we're gonna get the Soul Reaver here, and it's gonna cause like this flashing light effect. So I will let you know when that part of the cutscene is over, so you don't have to worry about it.
The blade is vanquished. So it unfolds, and we are a step closer to our destiny.
Yeah, so like I said, kind of a nice place to sort of chill and relax for a little bit. I guess while we're doing this cutscene, I'm gonna go ahead and set up the trick and start to explain it. Oh right, I mentioned we're not past the flashing lights warning just yet. Once we see another character start talking, we'll be good. There will be this like lady with half of her face is a skull. It's like really freaky. Once we hear her talking, we're good with the flashing lights. Okay, so fly stop. So we're gonna be doing a trick that combines the fast flight that we do with the time stop glitch. And for the longest time, those two glitches were actually mutually incompatible with one another. I mentioned earlier that typically if you open the glyph select menu, it will cancel your flight, which is something you need to do to set up time stop, which is, interrupt, all that nonsense, right? And you also can't cast spells in time stops. You can't do it the reverse way. So it was recently discovered that I mentioned earlier the difference between priming the flight glitch and activating the flight glitch. If you prime the flight glitch, so if you cancel the spell cast, but don't do that step forward and menu pause on pause, it'll keep the speed up glitch primed for later use. So what you can do is prime the super speed, activate time step, and then activate the super speed while you're in time stop. And if you do all that properly, you can fly around in time stop. And the reason why that's really important is it gives you your fast flight in time stop. And remember, in time stop, cutscenes do not trigger. And in the next section we're going to, the Seraphan Tomb, there is like a minute-long cutscene that we do not want to watch. And there was a way to do it with regular time stop that involves something called a telestab. That strat's really tough and kind of risky. So we're gonna do a fly stop setup instead. This might take me a couple of times to do once we get out of the cutscene. But essentially what you're gonna see me do from this point forward is rematerialize, make my way up to another loading plane that we're gonna use for time stop, and then you'll kind of see all the nonsense unfold from there. So also you're gonna see this a lot where Raziel is just kind of doing this idle animation over and over, which I just find super hilarious. Later in the Zephon fight, we're gonna go in with super speed, and he's just jamming like this while his brother is talking to him. It's really peak.
That's me, if you even care.
All right, so we're going to. I'm actually going to ask for quiet time for this next segment, just because this is going to be really, really tricky. So we're going to go ahead, rematerialize, and then I'm going to set up the flight glitch again. Take that step forward. Pretty good flight. And I'm actually going to open the door in super speed just because it allows you to get a little bit further here. Okay, so now we're going to prime the flight. We're not going to do the step forward and glyph select. Instead, what we're going to do is line up here, look for the screen flicker so I know I'm on the right part of the loading zones. This will take me a couple of tries to get lined up properly. It's not quite. I had a couple different camera angles because it is angle dependent as well. Come on, Raziel. Try a steeper angle here. That's better. Nice. Okay, so we got time stop. So I'm gonna take that step forward and pause and unpause. And so you have to do a manual input to deactivate time stop. So as long as you close and reopen the menu, you keep your time stop. And so now we're gonna fly up here, and there's going to be a little hole in the grating right there that allows us to just slip right through and skip all of the Seraphan Tomb sequence. So now we're going to go ahead and cancel time stop with a breakout glitch, and we got through there just fine. Nice, nice, nice. That segment's that's really tricky to get right. Something else that I'm doing as well that you'll see with pretty much any time I do flight, I like to call it, I don't think it has an official name, I like to call it wing smashing after the tech in Castlevania Soten, where with specific timings and inputs, if you press the glide button midair, you can actually stack even more speed than your initial fly speed horizontally. So if you do enough like glide inputs midair, you can go like really, really fast. And so,
Zoomies.
yeah, you get the zoomies. The limitation though is the height, because if you touch down on the ground, you're no longer flying. So, and that'll cause you to lose some height that you would get from the flight glitch. In some cases, it depends. The flight glitch is actually like really complex. There's like a lot of different. There's like higher vertical speed flights. There's slower vert speed flights. There's like a whole lot, and it all kind of depends on like the timing. And we got him with no damage. Nice. He likes to be really rude, so I'm glad I got that kill pretty quickly. So killing him, very brief, like 15-second flashing lights warning. This is going to give us the telekinetic force projectile, as it's called. And this allows you to shoot telekinetic blasts at range. And it's awesome. I just love this. It's just cool that you just get to shoot like the force at a distance. And if you're in your Soul Reaver form, meaning that, something I should explain as well if you haven't played this game before, when you're at full HP in the material plane, your Soul Reaver materializes. So I'm trying to make sure that I don't take damage so that I don't lose it. Because you can kind of cast this telekinesis bolt a lot faster. Oh, I'm supposed to just dematerialize here. That's right. I was like, why am I trying to fly here? And then I'm going to do another breakout double high jump here, which is going to let me rematerialize, turn around, set up the fly glitch, and we're going to get the zoomies. And then I'm going to go ahead and open this door in super speed, because you can actually carry that for a little bit and you don't have to cancel it. Oh, right. I am not dematerialized. I was like, why did I go through? I forgot to dematerialize. That's a little cringe. But we're going to go ahead through this next section here. I'm going to three-shot these rays here. Oh, you're just going to be rude. This is a little dangerous. Okay, there we go. We're good.
Nice.
So 2 breakout jumps there to get up there. That skips a whole puzzle right there where you have to push a block around and it's slow. And then we're going to rematerialize here. We're going to do another flight glitch. This skips a puzzle where you're supposed... So whenever you like materialize and like dematerialize, it will change like objects in the environment. And so that's used a lot in puzzles in this game. But we just skip that completely by jumping over all of it. All right, so we are going to go ahead. This is another fly stop setup. This is probably the first one that was discovered when this glitch was found. This allows us to skip a cutscene going into the Drowned Abbey here. Okay, we got a really quick time stop setup. Set up the flight, and then you saw me. Ooh, I have pretty. Oh. Okay, I should be able to recover this. I have to be very careful here because I soft lock the game if I fall into the water. There we go, nice. So there's like a 30-second overview cutscene that plays when you first enter this area, but if you manage to get here via fly stop and ring this bell, it deloads that trigger permanently, and it just allows you to completely bypass it. Okay, that was probably a little risky to go for, but I probably also should have saved before that, but you know, we're good.
But it worked out. You're the GOAT. That's my GOAT, Jackson. That's my GOAT.
There is one safety save I will do, like, I'm surprised I got a ledge grab there. There is one safety save that we'll do here. It's worth noting as well that you're not supposed, like, this is the third intended boss that you're supposed to fight. You're actually supposed to go fight Zephon next, which allows you to wall climb. But instead, we have flight, which is a lot better than wall climbing. So we're gonna go ahead here and rematerialize, and we're gonna go take on Rahab. So Rahab is a pretty straightforward fight, but it's a bit tricky to do fast. We need to use that telekinetic blast attack in order to break all the stained glass windows in the different sides of the room in order to shine light on this guy. And because vampires suck with the whole burning in daylight thing, he's gonna explode, right? And so it's a bit funky to aim because I have to hold down both camera buttons, then use the shoot button, and it's like a whole little thing. My whole keybinds for this game in general are just funky. I play a double-handed on keyboard, so like I have like all sorts of weird keybinds. I have like crouch bounded to 2 different buttons in game because
Really?
for some techniques it's better to have crouch on your right hand. In some, it's better to have it on your left. It's just very funny.
I was going to say I'm also a fellow weird control bound haver,
Yeah.
but Crouch on 2 different keys on both sides of the keyboard is a little interesting.
Yeah.
I won't lie.
Well, it's mostly because for certain for breakout, I use the U and I keys for my camera keys, and then I have a crouch key down just below I on the K key. And it's really cumbersome to try to use both camera buttons and then also use that same middle finger to hit that crouch button. So in that case, I use my C button in order to set up breakout glitches. But otherwise, I mostly just use... Am I gonna stop with him? Holy crap. Once you set the angle height-wise for like the first couple of shots, you're usually good. There we go. And then I am pivoting Raziel in place because there is a limit to how far he can turn, and that's the boss fight. Nice. All right. But yeah, we're just going to be chilling here for a bit. This gives us the ability to swim, which is really helpful, especially in 100%, but we're not going to really see it all that much because we're going to want to fly instead of swim, because flying is just cooler. Flying is like swimming, but in the air, if you really think about it. I don't know. But yeah, so that's going to be 2 of our...
Well, yes.
Yes. Well, that's going to be 2 of our 4 bosses. Anarchy, I don't know if anybody had any like questions about this run or like me or like anything going on here, but if you got anything cooking in the chamber, feel free.
Yeah, I will ditto. Jaxler is a walking like repository of speedrun information, especially about the games that he plays. He's very, very knowledgeable about this game. So if there are any questions, I will do my best to field questions to our friend Jaxler here.
Yeah, so we're going to do another quit and reload here as well, just because it is so much faster to just quit and reload to get back to Brazil than it is to just take the walk. You know, just like it is in real life.
Well, yes.
I don't know, you gotta get like a plane, and it's like we can fly, but it's like, you know, if we could quit and reload to get to Brazil, it's a lot easier that way. All right, so we're actually not gonna... Yeah, we're actually gonna kind of go through this bit of movement here normally. Something worth noting as well is that because you can't cast spells while you are in Brazil mode, you cannot, with one exception, use flight while you're in the spectral realm. So the only exception to that rule is if you prime the flight glitch, like get sent to Brazil by falling into water, then you can activate the flight glitch from there. But now that we can swim, we no longer die when we fall into water, so that's no longer an option for us anyway. And it's not like it would be super helpful to begin with, just because like most of the time we're going to be in not Brazil land. Yeah, this is pretty similar movement to what we saw earlier, but instead of going the way we did last time, we're gonna instead take a left, and I'm gonna attempt to skip phasing through that gate right there by just flying over said gate, because they didn't make the balls big enough. And this is where we're really going to... This is like probably one of the hardest segments in the run, just because there's a lot of really difficult flight segments. We need to be really good at like wing smashing in order to get good fly speed, and when you're moving that fast, it's really hard to control the camera as well, so there's like a whole lot going on here. So we're going to go ahead, and again, this phasing through ability is what we got from Okaya. It's probably the ability we make the most use of in basically every kind of speedrun for this game, other than like the Soul Reaver, but the Soul Reaver time will come at the end of the run. Do I grab that? Thank you. If you fall into water, that will cancel your super speed glitch. Unfortunately, I lost my Soul Reaver too, which isn't super cash money, but I can make it work.
Okay, I will field a question here.
Yeah.
Does Raziel still drink blood?
No,
as a vampire. I don't know how the vampires in this game work.
He used to when he was a vampire, but now that he's a Soul Reaver, he doesn't feel the hunger for blood anymore. He feasts on souls, which is kind of dope.
Interesting.
Yeah, so,
you learn something new every day.
Yeah, so just like watch just how. Oh, I like it. See, if you walk too far forward and do the running animation, it will cancel the flight glitch. Yeah, I'm not holding crouch for long enough, so I'm not getting these flights that I need. And so this section, there's like a bunch of like levers that you need to hit to create an air current that allows you to glide up here, but I can make my own air current. That's really slow, so I'm gonna try to... That's better. Is it? Yeah, we'll take it. I'm trying to get a faster form of the flight glitch by varying the timing with which I press. So in addition to like doing the high jump, you need to hold crouch and then press the glide at specific times. And depending on when you press the glide button will affect like how much vertical fly speed you get. Like there, for example, I got a ton. There right there, for example, was a bit more of a mid speed. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this guy and take his soul to try to get Soul Reaver back. Nice. We're gonna really want Soul Reaver for Zephon. It makes dealing with him a whole lot easier. And then we're going to, yeah, so Zephon and inside like the cathedral here, like his whole segment is really vertically oriented. So flying completely breaks a lot of like the intended puzzle routes. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my camera around for this just so I know where I'm going. There we go. We just skipped like a ton of puzzles right there. And I unfortunately lost my super speed right here, but this cutscene would take it anyway. And then this right here is probably one of the trickiest flights in the run because I basically need to hit a hole-in-one. There's a pipe that is like notorious, even casually for me, it was like really annoying to try to fly up through the pipe with the air current. But I need to do it with flight, and my fly speed can vary upwards based on the timing. So I have a specific setup I try to go for here. But this will be a little tricky. Give me just a second here. I missed it. So we're gonna go back down here. There we go. Second try is really good. That's like really hard. It's a really narrow opening to try to get through. And now we're just going to wing smash, and we just fly it right into the boss cutscene.
That was wild. Zoomies there off the charts.
We're zooming super hard. Oh my goodness. And so this is the cutscene I was talking about where you come in here with super speed. So he's just like doing the jig. He's doing his dance. It's just it's very funny to me. It's so hard for me to not just do it alongside with him. He's just like, he's getting his ab exercise in. It's great. So I will go into focus mode again once we get into the boss, so I'll briefly explain how he works here. He's going to have these 6 claws that come down from the ceiling, so I'm going to try to break those as quickly as possible. When you have Soul Reaver and you use the projectile, it deals double damage. You're not actually supposed to have the projectile here, again, because we did sequence breaking, so it actually makes this fight a lot easier than having to melee those like you would casually. And then when we hit the boss, it will cause an egg to pop out of its abdomen, which then we light on fire and throw at the boss, which is epic. I have to... The really only scary part of this fight is like the first bit where he has a good chance of hitting me. And then if I lose Soul Reaver, then I get like half damage on all my my Hadoukens.
Right.
This guy also has a really funny death scream where he's just like... So I'm looking forward to that one as well. So I'm going to go ahead and open with just a single shot. That's going to prime him to lay an egg, which is an insane sentence, but that is Soul Reaver in a nutshell. Oh, he didn't lay the egg. That's rude. Yeah. Now he should lay the egg. So we yoink that. And then there's a conveniently, inconspicuously lit flamethrower right over there. And then as soon as he becomes vulnerable again, you go ahead and toss some Hadoukens at him. This should cause him to drop another egg, and then we just rinse and repeat for a couple more phases here. We're just gonna bully him from the long range just because he can't do anything about it, and we just kind of stunlock him. As long as you grab the egg quickly enough, he can't retaliate, so boom. So that sets him on fire.
That was certainly a boss fight.
It was.
That was certainly a boss fight.
Was. It's gonna be the first 2 bosses we'll light on fire. So it's like the first.
That's great.
When I played this game casually, I had like a really weird sound bug happen. So like there was just like no music here, and his like audio was like glitching in and out just because I had. It's one of those things where I had like saved and quit a lot, and it caused some nonsense. But Yeah, this is the guy who gives us the ability to climb walls, which we will literally never use because we can double jump, we can fly, we can teleport through walls. But again, this is an all bosses run, so we do need to kill him. And then we're actually going to take the warp gate from Zephon's lair back to the Abyss Warp. So instead of quitting and reloading to get back to Brazil, we don't want to do that because if we were to go to Brazil right now, it would hit us with a unskippable cutscene from the Elder God, which we really don't care about. So we're going to go ahead and do some flying. And then this is a little bit of a tricky flight just because you're trying to land in this tunnel, which is a little bit lower than the ceiling. And then we're going to push the door open while in hyperspeed, which allows us to start moving a little bit sooner and get right in 3 jumps to the warp gate there.
Nice.
All right, so we're going into Duma, who's going to be our last boss. And then pretty much after that, we get to do kind of like the final trick gauntlet, if you will. And so, gotta remember to go. This is the only time you warp to Abyss where you need to go to the left instead of the right. When I was first learning this category, that threw me off super hard. All right, gonna do another breakout glitch. Again, we're just canceling the door opening animation so we can start moving a bit faster. And now we're going to set up another flight. I'm gonna step forward here because I could not. There we go. We're going to fly over Nosgoth here, over the Abyss, and I'm going to do a couple wing smashes here just for a little bit of extra speed. And then I'm going to reset my flight just so that I can kind of ride the ceiling here. Reset it again. That's not good enough height. That should be good enough. And then it might be a little risky, but it'll be funny. I can skip this door opening animation by I'm probably losing time going for it at this rate, but you know what? Screw it. We can just go up and over. And then walk into the cutscene that way. Slightly faster than opening the door.
Could it be that other clans had
I love small optimizations in my speedrun.
It's perfect. Yeah, so this is one of the last cutscenes that we're trying to figure out how to skip the fly stop, which again is that glitch that allows you to fly and time stop. We can get into this area and get past the cutscene, but we don't have a consistent way of getting back out, which for 100% doesn't matter because we get a piece of heart and then we quit and reload back to Brazil. But in this category, it's slower to go back to Brazil, so we actually need to exit the normal way. And that's kind of what we're still sciencing at the moment. So there's potential to skip this cutscene. It's a theoretical skip, but we're not quite there yet. And so right now we're going to skip most of the puzzles in this area by using the flight glitch.
Ooh.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, right. That was very scary.
That was mostly scary because I didn't know if everything was going to unload if I kept going in that direction, but we're good. We're good.
Yeah, we're done. That's our goat here. That's our goat.
All right, so I'm going to trigger this flight, the super speed glitch. But I'm not going to do the full flight glitch until I get to here because those ventilation ducts really get in the way. Right there, for example, you saw I was actually able to stand on top of it. And then if I can hit the freaking switch, that doesn't actually take away your speed up glitch for some reason, which is really cool. This cutscene will though. We're going to go ahead and set this up. We need to do this twice. Once when we kill the boss, but also we need to do it here so that it opens up the blast doors. This zombie is also just going to catch a stray and just going to get absolutely torched. Sorry you showed up, bud.
No, great.
This is also that.
Do you have a question?
Yeah, go for it.
We do have a question. What would have happened if you would have fallen out of bounds there?
I would have had to quit and reload. So there is no system in this game for voiding out and reloading somewhere inbound. So I would have had to quit and reload. And it's very dangerous as well if you're in time stop because you cannot save and quit to menu in time stop. So some of those fly stop setups, for example, are kind of scary because of that. So if I fell into the water, I couldn't save, quit, and reload, which is why I probably shouldn't have gone for it. But All right, so we're going to do a flight up here to skip the platforming and then hit the lever. I love the sound that makes. I don't know what.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. And I'm actually going to set up the speed up glitch here because it actually increases our fall speed, which lets us get down here faster, which is just icing on the cake. And then we're going to fly up here, push this over. This is a whole puzzle thing that you're supposed to figure out how to get over here so you can even knock that down, but no need. Oh, what the heck? Oh, I was like, why is my camera glitching out? And my fingers were on the wrong keys.
Oh, a classic.
All right, so right here, I'm gonna do a breakout glitch on this door, and then the doors are just going to stay wide open, so I can actually double crouch jump over a cutscene trigger. And for some reason, it's a one-sided cutscene trigger, so it plays if you go in through it one way, but not the other. I've never seen a cutscene trigger like that. It's so random.
Neither have I. That's very interesting.
All right, this is Duma, and this is probably the most tricky boss to do fast. The way that you kill him is you lead him back to that flamethrower of doom room and light him on fire. That's the way that you kill him. But manipulating him to walk that direction, not attack you a lot, and make him go as fast as possible is actually pretty tough. So at the start, he's probably gonna do one like ground slam, like that one move Doomfist has, where he just like punches the ground. And then after that, I'm gonna try to maintain a very specific spacing between myself and him, so that he's not so far away that he tries to ground slam again, but not too close that he like slows down and stops walking, which can also cause him to want to attack more. So it's like this really tricky kind of line that I have to walk here. And so even though it looks like I'm just going to be walking for a couple minutes here, there's a lot of stuff I have to focus on here for this fight to go as smooth as possible. But yeah, after this will be boss 4 of 4, and we can make our way to, yeah, so there we go. So now he's running. That full run speed is what you want, and then every now and then I'm going to tap crouch, which ever so slightly slows me down. The hardest part of doing this fast is the turns, because he likes to get stuck sometimes, or like not know where to find you. Buddy, I'm right here. So I'm gonna get him to laugh at me. That should help. There we go. I doesn't lose too much time because I needed to throw that anyway. Yeah, so that time I let him get too close to me, and you saw he kind of slowed down there. Gotta be really careful on that turn, because he really wants to do a ground slam right now. I can tell you that. These turns are probably the hardest part to master. Yeah, so see, I got a little too far away and he did that ground slam. But usually after he does the ground slam, he comes running after you and won't do it for a little while. So if you maintain your pace correctly, you should be good. That was a little too ambitious, but that's okay. This is like the last major hallway though before we get to light him on fire. So especially around these turns, I'm trying to take it slow just to make sure, because again, it's not how fast I'm going, it's how fast he's going. Do a delayed jump, because he almost always goes to the ground slam. That's the lever pull, and that's the fight. All right.
Nice.
Okay, so ending segment of the run is going to be kind of ridiculous, because it's going to take like combinations of literally everything we've done up until this point. So we're going to see a lot of time stop. We're going to see hopefully some flight at the end, but there's going to be a really big time stop chain that we're going to do. Do not let me forget to take a safety save. Okay.
Yeah, I was just about to remind you. I should
actually probably take one. I can actually probably take one literally right after this cutscene, since the boss will still count as dead. Because this is a very, very difficult segment that if it goes wrong, it could, even though like the record is like just under an hour, the estimate is 10 minutes extra, mostly because of this segment. I'm good at it, so it hopefully won't go wrong, but I'll try to do my best to explain as I go. The biggest linchpin of this is the final time stop setup. If you're not careful in how you set it up, it can cause you to crash the game. So you do have to be a little bit careful. But we're going to do another flight setup here, and we're going to fly our way out of Duma's fortress here. And again, I'm pressing... oftentimes I'll do this to like cut my own height, but also I'm doing these like wing smashes in order to build extra speed. And we're going to go ahead and jump up and over here. This is another cutscene we're going to try to get with flight stop, but we're not quite there yet, unfortunately. But before we get there, there's normally a door that we have to open with the ability we just got from Duma called Constrict, which allows you to run around something and rotate it pretty much. Kind of But instead, we can fly over the door. I need to be careful not to go too fast, too high, too fast there, because it can actually miss a loading trigger if you're not careful. And then there's a little thing you can land on here too, which I never like really ever got consistently, but I managed to hit it there, which is cool. Okay, so going to go ahead. We're going to go through this door. I'm going to go ahead and actually. We're going to go ahead and save right now. I'm not going to take the warp just because that would like lose a bunch of time. We're going to prime flight, and then this is, I need concentration here. This is the time stop setup to end all time stop setups. I have to be very careful with how I set this up. Accidentally took a step, so something I'm doing is that when the menu is closed, something I can do to determine that I got time stop is if I cannot move while the glyph menu is closed, that means I have time stop. I'm playing this like super safe. Really surprised I haven't gotten it yet, I'll be real. That didn't work? That should get it. Okay, good. Nice. Okay, so we have time stop. It didn't crash. We're going to go ahead and stand next to this enemy right here. That's going to store the fact that we're next to an enemy. And so when we try to press the like button that's normally mapped to like shooting our projectile, it'll try to stab the enemy instead. So that lets us do what's called a telestab and clip through that wall. Then I'm going to do another telestab, but pause on a specific frame to allow us to clip out of bounds here. This skips a ton of puzzles. Okay, we got through that part. That's good. That pause is, I believe, frame perfect. I might be wrong. I'm not just trying to troop my own horn. That's
oh, look at you go.
Yeah, look at me go. You're also going to notice that we snapped Raziel's neck. Don't worry too much about it. He just does that. We walked through a loading zone there 3 times because if you walk through loading zones, it can impact the way that these telestabs work. Good. That's going to clip us through here, skipping another puzzle. And so eventually we're going to do a double telestab here where I do a telestab and then I mash the stab button so I get another one, which takes us through this side of the door. So there's the first, there's the second. Here we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and stand next to this guy. This is going to change the coordinates of where Raziel is trying to telestab to. So in this example, it will telestab us right here, which allows us to skip some platforming. And then I'm going to do a crouch jump and then glide at the edge here, which is going to boost us up on top of the ledge. Then there's going to be one more enemy here that we are going to set up telestabbing on. We have one more telestab setup that we're going to do, which is going to allow us to fall down to the kind of the fun, I call it the cutscene hallway because it's just like a bunch of visions of the past and future and like a bunch of cutscenes. We'll take this safe. So go ahead and then we land right about here. Nice. So we're pretty much good to go now. But if you remember, I set up fly stop earlier. And so we are going to get the zoomies through this hallway here, which is a lot of fun. It's actually like surprise. Oh, I actually lost my fly speed there. Okay, we'll take it a little slower here just because I don't really have the ceiling to get more horizontal speed, unfortunately. But it's really tricky to move through here fast. You can see the camera is just not cooperating with me at all. I actually can't manually control the camera at all during time stop. So this is all just raw flight here. Okay. Good. And then once we get to this hallway, now we can start to really pump the gas. And then we're going to go all the way over here. And then we're going to close, press the button, and we're in the final cutscene.
Yay!
Nice. All right, we lived. I wasn't like the fastest. I was playing it super baby safe on that time stop setup because again, it can crash, and that would set us back a good bit. But we got there.
Did it trouble you?
And also, I think I unfortunately talked over it, but Kain says a line here where he's like, "I expected you to be here sooner," which is just very funny because we got here very, very quickly. It's even funnier in 80% when you get here in like under 30 minutes. I don't remember the times, but yeah. Yeah, we've got more peak cutscene here, so I don't have... this fight will be kind of similarly straightforward. If you move the correct way, the boss will spawn in the same spot every single time. So it's just a matter of getting the hits and not choking. So we got basically all the hard parts of the run out of the way. So we're just kind of chilling here during Peak Fiction a little bit. I don't know if we had any more questions before the end of the run, Anarchy, but we're gonna be. This is a really long cutscene.
Well, I will say, I will ask, what is, we've got the current record is, you've got a 59:43, is that correct?
Are we not indivisible?
How far are we from the end of the game here?
So we, I want to say we're a couple minutes out from the game. I don't remember how far it's tough because I don't have my splits up, so I don't really know. But like that's
valid.
You know, I am curious. You know, what is the timer at actually? If I could ask.
We are currently at about 58, about 58:30ish.
Oh wow, okay,
right
that's pretty good.
So you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, this will be like,
in my estimations.
I think this will be like either a low 1 or like a high 1 flat or like a low 101, which is kind of insane. Because honestly, other than like taking that baby safe, this has been like a really, really good run. So.
We are compelled.
Yeah, we just have this is Peak Fiction, the cutscene. I do want to shout out as well Crystal Dynamics. They are releasing a remaster for this. I think it comes out tomorrow actually. And this game is so sick. I'm really excited for everyone who hasn't had the ability to play this game to be able to get to play it. I know this game in particular has not been accessible digitally for a while, so I'm really excited for that. And then also Soul Reaver 2, which is Peak Fiction again. But yeah, be sure to go check that out. And support Crystal Dynamics because I want more Legacy of Kain nonsense because these games are so sick. I'll do my like community shoutouts at the end here, but we're about to go into the fight here. But it's similar to the first Kain fight, 3 hits with the Soul Reaver. As long as I move in specific ways, and honestly, it's going to be a lot of me standing still until he spawns in, and then I go after him. But I'm just going to hit him 3 times, and time will end on the 3rd and final hit. So, I guess we'll... Oh, I think we have a little more time. I guess I'll just give a couple of quick shoutouts for the community. Shoutouts to the Legacy of Kain speedrunning community, as well as just like the big Legacy of Kain Discord server that speedrunners hang out in, as well as like a giant online community for the series. You want to check that out, it's on SRC. I want to very specifically shout out Drifting Pancake, who helped a lot with the discovery of Flystop and discovered a lot of the glitches that you saw in this run. I also want to thank Victus, who was the current 80% record holder and was the All Bosses record holder for a while. And he helped me learn a lot of this stuff, and so I want to thank him a lot for being super helpful and just very nice, you know? That's the first of the 3 hits. So we're gonna pivot the camera as soon as we regain control again. I'm very curious to see what this time will be. So there he is. We're gonna use this slope in order to avoid a ledge grab. Hit him, please. Thank you. All right, and hopefully, as long he's gonna be on the right side of the arena this time, as long as we don't move. So hopefully, if I don't beat this, it'll be time on final hit. So I will call out time when we're about to get there. Oh, did I move too early? Uh-oh. He did not spawn where I thought he would. Okay, so I'm gonna stand in the middle here. Oh, he didn't go the way I thought he would. This is like the most annoying thing to back up ever, because it's like, well, where did he go? I still have no idea where he is. Okay, he went that way.
Neither do I.
I'm just gonna guess until I get there. I'm gonna be so real. I don't understand how this fight works if you mess up the manip. So we might be here for just a half a second. All right, I'm gonna pretend like he's up there. He definitely is. Okay, sweet. There we go. I was a little rough at the end, but we'll take it. Yeah, so on that last phase of the fight, I accidentally moved out of position too early, which caused him to go to the left instead of the right.
But this is not.
But yeah, that is Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver all bosses. GG's.
Promises more twists.
I hope.
Yes, of course. GG's. Look at you go, Jackson.
Thank you. Yeah, like I said, I think this is the first time a Legacy of Kain game has ever been featured on the GDQ channel. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to do this. If you're interested in watching more runs of this game or just other stuff that's kind of in that off the beaten path, cult classic type of stuff, you can find me at twitch.tv/jaxler1. I'm actually working on a YouTube video right now about Flystop and how that was discovered and all of that kind of nonsense. So yeah, again, Anarchy, thank you for having me on the show. This was a lot of fun. I love running this game. I encourage everyone also to get the remaster when it comes out. So yeah. See you all in 13 hours when that comes out or whatever. But yeah,
of course. Thank you. Oh, go ahead. Finish.
No, I just said I don't have anything else other than say. Thank you all for being here. If you're in chat, I appreciate you.
Of course, that was an amazing Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver run from Jaxler. We love Jaxler. So we're gonna take a bit of a quick wellness break right about now. So make sure you hydrate, use the restroom, stretch, get a sweet treat, go for a walk, clear your mind and your heart, and we'll be back soon with more Hidden Heroes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Hidden Heroes here on GDQ Hotfix, the show where we
Hey, pause. That's not your show, buddy.
Okay.
Welcome back to Hotfix. My name is Anarchy, and this is actually my show, Hidden Heroes, where we showcase speedrunners who are part of underrepresented communities and speedrunning, and we show off the games that they're passionate about and that they want to show off. So yeah, we have a good friend here, Limey, who's going to be doing Paperball in a moment. But real quick, we do have some announcements. Join us in celebrating Black Joy with Back to Black from February 6th to 9th, 2025. Find out more info at gamesdonepquick.com/blackinaFlash. Me and Limey are both purveyors of the Black GDQ event, so you really should check that out. It's going to be awesome. Also, we've got GDQ's next all-women and femme speedrunning event, Frost Fatalis 2025, which will be live from March 9th to the 16th. Visit gamesdonequick.com/framefatalis for more information on the event. But anyway, as you heard, we've got friend Limey here going on. So Limey, I think you should just take it away.
Yes, okay. I was just excited to be here on Hidden Heroes. I'm a friend of GDQ. Like Anarchy said, I have my own show called Parallel Universe. It's going to be on this Friday. I'm excited. I'm hosting it. I also have Peter with me, who was on the last Parallel Universe, actually, if you would like to introduce yourself.
What? Hello, I'm Peter. My name is Speedrunner.
Oh, he said the thing. Yeah, and today we're going to be playing Paperball. This is going to be Match Hole mode, which is basically just an in-game challenge mode / randomizer, where I selected specifically the monkey ball equivalents of beginner, advanced, and expert, where it's novice, intermediate, and expert in this game. And all of the levels are going to be shuffled. We're going to play them in a random order with a limited amount of lives, and we're just going to have a good time today. There's a lot of other modes I can show them off later, but I do want to get started. Time is going to start once the loading screen starts, because then it's pretty instant after that, once the gameplay starts. But good luck figuring that out. Yeah.
And good luck to the speedrunner of the hour right now, Limey SR.
Right.
Oh, I messed up immediately. Yeah, this is very similar to Monkey Ball. This is a marble roller where you tilt the gravity and the stage and the monkey in the ball, except it's not actually a monkey in the ball. It's a volleyball made out of paper. Peter, I know you've played Monkey Ball once or twice before, maybe even on GDQ. Would you like to explain the basic fundamentals?
I know a little bit about 1.5 to 2.5 little marble rollers, which is why I've been asked to join you on this show for today. Let me tell you, marble rollers, for those who haven't experienced them for the first time, it is about as intuitive as it looks. you're playing a platformer, except you're not jumping, you're just rolling. It's like every level's ice physics, but it's actually really fun because the stages are designed around that. The movement is really tight and fun, and your goal is as simple as it gets. Just get to the goal. Your goal is the physical object that is that red circle that Limey is trying to enter on every single stage. This mode in particular is going to have 100 of those, 100, right? Of those total stages to get through.
100.
So once all 100 are done, the run's over, and it'll be a blast of a time. Limey here is very experienced with a lot of different marble rollers, so we're going to see some quick moves and some fast flying.
Yeah, one unique thing about this game is that it has a manual camera, which doesn't seem like it would be that like interesting, but because this game pulls inputs in a square, exactly like Monkey Ball, frame boosting exists, which is the exact same thing where you just kind of hold your diagonals. But you can manually adjust your camera, so you're going to be always in a diagonal, so it becomes your up input, even though you're not moving straight up, and you can start to move really fast.
That is so cool.
It gets really cool.
That is so cool because like my experience with marble rollers is you find the input that is the strongest one and you just have to use that. But the camera allows you to get that strong input without always holding exactly the same direction on your stick, which is super cool. Also, an interesting thing to note when thinking about Paperball compared to other marble rollers is the physics is extremely realistic and accurate to the actual ball that we're using in this game. As you'll notice, your ball is literally a crumpled up paper ball. This one's designed to look like a soccer ball in particular, which I think is pretty neat. That's why I said soccer.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
But don't let
we were just talking about sports before this, and Peter is a sports expert, let me tell you.
This hockey puck, despite what it looks like, is actually completely made up of crumpled up paper. And if you ever used crumpled up paper in real life to, like, you know, perhaps play a simulated game of bowling, you'll find that it actually loses its speed really fast and doesn't control very well in the air. Very similar in this game. Any speed you get during this level, you're going to want to try to hold on to, because it is hard to get in this game. This game is all about foresight and planning ahead your movements. Not a lot of air control.
Yeah,
it's like a paper ball. It's like the title. It's the titular paper ball.
That's the name of the game.
Okay, I saved that. I went off of that a little bit late, and that was like the backup. Yeah,
you didn't do that nearly as scary in practice. That was scary. You were like you were riding a needle.
Yeah, I don't know. This game's so easy. Please play it.
I saw you do a really epic thing, like, well, I'll say plural, like 4 or 5 really epic things in practice that I'm hoping you'll do exactly the same way in the run today. I'll warn chat when something epic is about to happen, and if it doesn't, I don't know, you can get mad at Limey maybe.
Yeah, I'm not gonna promise anything because like this is a difficult game.
I'll promise 3 things.
Yeah, I'll promise a strat or 2.
There you go. So that's like 5 total. So keep in mind, 5 stages coming up are gonna be pretty epic. And honestly, maybe more. I'll promise 50. I'm the co-commentator, so I'm allowed to, like, you know...
Yeah, you're allowed to make these promises that don't actually mean anything.
I don't have to do any gameplay to, like, back up what I'm saying. It's awesome. This is, like, the best position to be in.
Yeah, all the stress is on me. You can actually only make that cycle if you camera boost, which is, like... You can kind of make it if you just, like, do regular frame boosting, but it's just so difficult, and you, like, have to, like, ride the very, very edge.
Our first iconic and official first cycle of the run. There ain't one earlier than that. That windmill was caught.
There's probably other early cycles. I don't remember what stages I've played already. I'm just like locked in.
Well, those would be like 0 cycle, like -1, negative first cycle. Just like using your first cycle that you just got as a reference point.
Yeah. One thing that I don't like about this mode, after talking about a bunch of stuff I do like about this mode, is that you don't really get to hear a lot of the songs, and I think the soundtrack in this game is really good. So it makes me kind of upset when I don't get to like hear all the songs in the game play out.
I've actually been really enjoying listening to like the first like 10 seconds of every song of every world. I can like use my mind to like extrapolate what like the rest of it would sound. It's sort of like a creativity exercise.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. It's also nostalgic to a speedrun I used to play a long time ago, Super Monkey Ball 2, where you beat levels so fast that you never got to hear more than like the first 10 seconds of every song.
That is my least favorite part about story mode all levels in Vanilla Monkey Ball 2. That is actually the
worst part about that category.
Yeah, because like the Monkey Ball music is all just really good.
This game it's exactly the same too. Like I have a bunch of these songs in my like personal playlists. The composers went off too, so remember to cherish the first 10 to 15 to 20 seconds of each stage of the song, okay? That's all you're gonna get. Unless Limey goes purposely slow, But
Well,
that
this
won't
level is
happen.
also just really long, so
Oh, okay,
like
so
half a
Lemmy's
minute.
going accidentally slow right now
Yeah.
Right.
because the stage was accidentally made too long to go any faster than this.
Yeah. Also, one small thing that I am doing, especially on like long paths like that, is I'm bumping my right stick for the camera, so I can kind of maximize the time I'm in the diagonal, so I can move a bit faster.
What? You're doing
Yeah,
like little
it's like
mini boosts?
Yeah, it's like so slight, but it is like pretty
That's like
meaningful.
snaking from
Yeah.
Mario Kart. I swear, ball games have like so much overlap between like every other like really cool like speed tech in different games. Balls were
Yeah.
designed to go fast. Many have been saying this.
I've been saying this,
We
yeah.
have been saying this.
That's many. That's already 3 people. That's why I make the cutoff for what many is. Anyone in the chat saying this?
People in chat are talking about Hatsune Miku, which I appreciate, but I don't know where that
I'm
came
people,
from.
by the
Actually,
way. I'm people.
I forgot that. Yeah, there's like DLC in like Banana Rumble, the new Monkey Ball game. That game's really good.
Is officially a Marble Roller character now. So if you're playing any Marble Roller, you are playing a game in the Hatsune Miku verse, which is good. I hope she ends up joining more things forever.
I'm seeing a question in chat asking what my PB is for this. I'm not gonna lie, I don't time this mode because it's just like a for fun like challenge like randomizer mode. My PB for like the regular like the all difficulties run is like a 38 or something, I think 37. I don't remember.
Ooh, is that the same 100 stages?
Yeah, it's the same 100 stages, but actually played in order.
Ah, cool. That's a good baseline. Then.
Interesting.
Maybe we're seeing a PB right now. You haven't been dying a lot. Think about it.
I haven't been dying very much, yeah. But also, that was done in IGT. I don't know what it was RTA. But the IGT versus like RTA in this game is like pretty different. Am I? Oh, okay, I made it. Oh. You like barely make that. It's like terrifying.
Given the speed and friction in this game, I was like so sure that like you can't climb a 45-degree incline like that.
It is so strange.
You pulled it off.
Oh, and then here's a difficult strat. I gotta luck in just a little bit.
I'm locking in with you. Ooh.
Almost.
I forgot to send my energy. I was like talking about it, but I actually wasn't. I was sending like bad vibes. This time I'm actually really.
Ooh, yeah, this is looking good. Ah, there we go.
Dude, there we go.
That's a huge skip, by the way.
That looked huge.
Yeah, it is like so specific, and the setup like kind of sucks. But I mean, I got it second try, so.
The difference between the first try and the second try and why one worked and one failed was completely incomprehensible to a non-runner like me. So that's how you know it's a real skip. I have no clue what you did better the second time.
Real skip. Wow, wow, wow.
Ready?
I'm seeing someone in chat do the exclamation HUDQ command, which I would like to just mention. I've run in that smile. The final schedule's out with like all the second submission period games and stuff. If you want to watch on Thursday morning, I'm doing a run of Rakugaki. It's a cool graffiti platformer. If you've ever seen like games like Jet Set Radio, it's a cool run.
That's so cool. That's a genre name. Graffiti platformer. That hits. That's like really fun to
Yeah.
say. They should make more games in that genre.
Ready? Go!
I mean, there's like Hover. It's like good enough, right?
Hover.
Chat,
Barely
push one if you
know
know about Hover. Ooh, okay, this is actually like the hardest level in the game. I gotta like lock in.
Oh, you were saying this was the hardest level in the game.
Yeah, would you like to explain like the Unity engine?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So
Oh, no.
This game is really good at like, let's say, mimicking determinism. But there's not really like a setup here that lets you get exactly the bounces you're looking for to get through. That was so close.
That was so
That's
close.
so tragic.
There's not going to be like one setup that gets you exactly the collision you need to get past each of these bumps. So Limey is going to be freestyle in this collision, which means given, you know, engine issues, this is going to take like
Ready?
a lot of skill and a little bit of finagling to make this stage happen. Luckily, it's pretty short, so each death isn't too punishing, but
There it
that's
is.
how I get the second try in practice, so I knew you weren't going to take more than like 5. I wasn't counting.
Yeah.
Is that more than
That's
5?
I don't know. It's like 1 or 2. That's first try for sure.
Close enough, yeah.
We'll call it 3. Actually 2.
Oh, no, I think that was first try.
I like wasn't paying attention. I like accidentally just like lost a cycle for fun.
If Limey had died yet, there would be a skull icon that would show how many deaths you've taken, so you actually haven't died yet. I'm like,
Yeah.
not even seeing a death counter on the screen right now.
The 92 lives is the death counter, because usually it just increments in this game, but in this mode, because you have limited lives, it like gives you 1 life per level in the pool.
You've
and
already
then
died 92 times?
and then it's like
What?
detracts from 100, so it's actually only 8 times.
Oh.
So actually
No,
we're so
I think
back.
you died 92 times.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I was about
It's
to
never been so
compliment
over.
you so hard.
It's so over.
You have to be such a speedrunner to die 92 times this fast without me noticing.
I mean, I could just like mash the Y button a little bit.
Okay, do it.
Next level, I'll do it. You know what? Just to make you a little happy.
I love being happy. But joke's on you, I was already happy the moment I got here, so you don't even have to work that hard if you don't want to.
Well, anyways, I mean, this is like a marble roller, and like marble rollers just in general have like the problem of, yeah, so this is like a really fundamentals game, and if you explain everything, then there's nothing left to explain. So now we're just chilling. I don't know. Sometimes I'll be like, wow, this level's hard, but like this level has a setup, and hopefully I don't mess it up. But like that's
That was a
it.
really good
Like
cover for the problem of commentating with this particular duo, which is
Yeah.
like a guaranteed level of lack of cohesion that might happen at some point throughout the run.
I think our commentary is so cohesive.
I won't say I'm not responsible for some of it, but you know, you're the runner, so you take most of the blame. That was so cool.
In Monkey Ball, that would have just like got me directly into the goal.
Right.
That was barely deep at all on that clip, actually. That was nuts. Ooh.
Oh,
Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna play this normal.
There's that air control in action there. I saw you pulling back. I felt your stick.
I was like leaning
I was
back in
just
my
like for a
body,
second
like.
there, and yeah. You were pulling back the whole universe. I felt like Earth's gravitational pull changing, but nope, that's not enough.
Yeah, no, that was me. That was my bad.
oh my bad.
Every single time the card says that you're going to a novice stage, I just think it's saying no and just rejecting the victory you were about to get on that stage.
Yeah, no more platinum medals for me. That's my bad.
Whenever it says
No,
I'm
I
just like,
don't
oh,
think
well,
so.
Guess not.
Ready?
Actually, play that level again.
Yeah, do it this time, but with feeling.
Whoa, these are some steep inclines. Can you handle this? You know you are a paper ball, right? You're a ball made of paper.
Yeah, I got diagonals though, so it's chill.
The power of not normalized inputs. Thank goodness.
It's like a little difficult, but I mean, I'm doing my best.
You look like you're taking a nice steady pace, actually. Just fast enough to not be greedy, but platinum achieved. That's not what that word
There's
was.
like a skip you can do from the very beginning, and I hate it. I've done it like once. I never want to do it ever again.
Not even once more?
Oh,
Not even once more.
Why not?
I'm not like a monkey ball ILer. I'm gonna be so for real.
Oh, that's fair. You did way worse on that level in practice. I'll snitch.
Yeah, no, that level could be mean, especially with like your lack of air control. But like,
That was
that went
amazing.
well.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Like my expectations were subverted on that level. I remembered it taking way longer.
yeah, this is probably the longest level in the game, and I'm being actually serious. There's like a few longest levels in the game, but this is like the longest one.
I'm really glad this level's long because I was actually just about to compliment how much I like the backdrop of this stage. The lava looks really pretty. I want to dip my
Oh, yeah.
fingers in it.
It looks tasty.
I would eat it. This stage is like dangerous too. You have to like land on like sloped surfaces.
Yeah, I don't like it. Sometimes I just barely mess up, and then I like fall all the way back to the bottom, and then I reset my run, and then it's just.
Anyone who's played a marble roller knows that like a ball landing on top of another ball, it's not good. It's not a
Yeah,
good look back.
and that's
It's
like
gonna happen.
that's expert what, like 44. Like that is like near the end. I just reset my run. I'm like, whatever. I don't want to deal with this anymore.
That's hype. Is it near the end of the run in this randomized order category we're playing? That is
No, we're not even halfway in.
Oh, okay.
We're so back.
No, we're
We are
not.
so back.
The card literally just said no. You have to play that stage
Oh
again.
no.
It's over.
I'll try this once for fun. Okay, I didn't get it.
That's cool. You weren't kidding when you said that wire was extremely thin. Actually, I was hearing about that wire in practice. That is brutal.
Yeah, and it's sloped.
Do you have the dead zones for that kind of wire? Slope? That's awesome.
I do have the dead zones for that kind of wire, but I don't have the patience for that kind of wire.
Ooh, and the estimate. Don't forget the estimate.
Oh no, I don't have the estimate for that type of wire either.
Ooh, undulation.
I've seen
one way to
ISMB play trade-off. It's like that, but like angled.
That's a wildly thin ROM hack wire that you're describing right now. Just for those who don't know in the chat.
I gotta lock it a little bit because sometimes you can just fall off.
You played that exactly.
That was amazing.
The level
Yeah.
of greed that was needed. I watched you greed that harder before. You've learned some good lessons.
I love greeting on that level, and then I just like die at the very end. It makes me so sad.
So you love it until it's too much.
Corner cuts in this game are like actually like difficult. I'll say it.
I feel that.
Like in Monkey Ball, like corner cuts are not that bad, but like in this game, you have to be careful and you can't be greedy because the game could like sense like how much greed you have on your person.
But greed and moderation brings you that joy that you were talking about. That
Yeah,
love
like
for
like
greed.
if you have a little bit too much camera input, like the game recognizes that and then it just like, okay,
What was that?
I'm just gonna not do that
happened to
again. It's
you?
gonna be fine.
I was like, for some reason I felt like the impending doom of being locked in that spot that you were. I was like, why are you there? I don't think
I was not supposed to be there. That was
That
not
was
on
not
purpose.
right.
and lo and behold, yote. You went.
Yeah, I'm seeing a comment in the chat saying I love being greedy till my actions have consequences. That is how I feel about playing this game every day.
Greed is so fun until that second part that you just described.
It's like reaping and sowing. It's like, oh yeah, I love sowing. What the heck is reaping?
don't
Or
even
whatever.
know,
I don't know which one is which. I'm gonna be so for real.
I'm more of a crochet kind of guy.
I was gonna say that is definitely not correct, but you know, worries out. That's fine.
Me reaping, me sowing. I don't know.
The difference
You
between
think I'm good
crochet
at like
and
the English
croquet,
language?
though. I thought you were pretty good.
No, I'm be for real.
I'm bilingual. That is why I'm on. Hidden Heroes.
This is really harrowing news. I like cheated off of all of your English exams last week.
Oh no.
I was counting on you, dude.
I know like grammar a little bit. Like that's the extent of my knowledge.
Yeah, I'm not really too close with my grammar. So,
We're almost halfway in,
I'm happy
actually.
for you.
You're cooking.
Well,
Actually-
it looks scary.
Funny story. I'm gonna pull back the curtain just a little bit because I like to do that here on GDQ Hotfix.
Okay.
The last time I like seriously ran this game was for a marathon in 2022, I think, in like mid 2022. I haven't really played the game since then, but I really love this game. Anarchy was like, I want you on my show. What do you want to play? And I had like 8 things I could like. I can just do whatever. and I was like looking through my like Steam library. I'm like, wow, this game is really fun. I was like playing again, and I'm like, wow, this is really fun. So you should play this game. It's like $7 right now.
You're making this game look really fun right now. I would pay that $7 if I didn't already own it.
Yeah, like
should I
this
play it?
game's like
Let's-
great. Plus, it goes on sale often, and like you can like, I'm pretty sure during the winter sale, like for $10, you can get the game with all the DLC.
That's,
And I got this game for 20 without DLC.
wow, good value. This game is a pleasure to play though. The time I spent with it, like I beat like the main difficulties. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I'm just watching it. I'm having a good time. I don't even know what's happening. I'm just hanging out.
Me too.
Have you ever thrown like rocks before, Anarchy?
Well, yes.
Like a single
Sometimes
rock
in this
at
game,
some
you
point.
just like go so fast it's like throwing like a rock, even though you're a ball made
Okay.
of paper.
That's a really good
Right, no, I
analogy
understand.
for the physics in this game, actually. I'm going to think about that rock throwing analogy for every time you're in the air.
Yeah. I'm really good at like analogies for like commentating my speedruns.
I was like super like hooked on like the hook when you first said like, have you ever thrown a rock? I was like, I feel like I'm about to be like given like a philosophical
Like, I don't know where
spiel.
this is going, but
I have thrown rocks. Everyone has at one point, right? Probably. I don't know. It's
I
dangerous if you
like
throw
throwing
it at
rocks.
someone.
Sometimes I like to throw rocks into like the river.
Oh, like at an angle so it like bounces?
Yeah, no.
no, I rock with that.
I'm really bad at skipping stones, so I just like throw the rocks into the river to like feel included.
that's also valid. I also can't skip rocks either.
I'll second
I like
rock
know
with that
the
statement.
principle of it, but I just like can't do it.
Ready? Go!
You can't?
I've done it like maybe once like 5 years ago.
I've never tried personally.
My rock throwing technique is a little bit off. I'll be for real.
It's rusty.
Yeah, I'm too worried about speedrunning games entertaining enough for twitch.tv/GDQ, which actually redirects to twitch.tv/games on quick if you didn't know that.
Oh, you could just do that? That saves
Yeah.
would be saving me so much time in my daily URL typing.
That's what I'm saying. I did not know that.
What? This
Richard
speedrun
told me
is
that.
full
Shout
of trivia.
Shout
I
out
thought we
to
were just gonna
Richard.
learn about Paperballs today.
I mean that too. We can like learn about like the Unity engine or whatever, but like yeah.
Oh, I love the Unity engine. Well,
That is so
I like
true.
it when it's Paperball.
I don't like it when it's Banana Mania because it makes me sad. Or Bomber
Okay.
Cyberpunk because that also makes me sad.
You just invited me on this show, this game that I have in speedrun, to talk about the game I have speedrun this way.
Well, I like have also speedrun Banana Mania. Like, let's slow down.
Your villainy is showing.
I like being a villain.
Okay, well then I'll
The
support you in your
greed, the
endeavors.
greed is showing here.
Yeah, the game's gonna like make me die on this level with bad collision because I'm too greedy on commentary
No.
right now.
You've already won.
Ooh, that was close, actually.
You won.
Yeah, no, I'm never gonna be punished. Never punished.
No, well, I mean, did you not see what that card just said after you beat the stage?
Well, you know what? My bad. I have to do that level again now.
Think again.
No.
Actually, I didn't even like mention that. Okay, yeah, there's the yellow goal from before. That's a warp goal, but it doesn't do anything in this mode because you have to do like all the stages anyways. So it doesn't really matter. But in regular gameplay, it would skip you forward a stage.
What? That's gotta be cheating. The devs okay with that?
I don't know. You should ask them. Oh, I actually did this time. Let's go.
Whoa!
That's so finicky.
That was awesome.
Wait, that looked bonkers. That actually looked really close. And that's what a good attempt looks like? That looked really hard.
Yeah, no, that's
Almost
really
blinked and I
hard.
missed it.
Why did I just go over both of those twice? That's like so rare.
That was we do a little bit of trolling.
You're bouncy.
Okay, there we
A
go.
little bit uncharacteristic actually for this paper ball. Another thing he doesn't often do that much is bounce. What? A skip? That's a gold.
That was
You can
not
go all the
very
way into the
rock
goal,
of
but
our
it
paper
sucks and
ball.
it's hard, and you have to like fall into it, which like, again, as we said, air control, not your friend in this.
It's okay. I'm still riding that high from that other air control skip you did, so like you don't even have to do another one right now. I'm chilling. That was a really smooth and fun stage to watch. It's just
Wall ride is very
I love
fun.
Wall ride.
Yeah. There's a skip that's like hard in this because again, air control, and then also you have to land on like a sloped surface. So if I get it, if I miss it, I'm just gonna pretend that it doesn't exist and just not do it. But hopefully, you can do this. Ooh, I kind of want to do it again. Actually, hold on.
Right off the brim.
Yeah,
No, I trust.
I believe in it this time.
Right after I said right off the brim,
Ooh,
I
okay, never
looked at
mind.
the stage name to check what it was, and I like read it as brim system for a second there, and I thought I made a crazy prophecy, but it was just my inability to read.
Brim system is actually like a good name for this level, I think.
Cool. I'll start calling it that.
You can skip a cycle here, but it sucks, so I don't want to.
I don't like things that suck.
I only
true,
run
anything
games that
heavy.
are fun and cool.
What? Name one.
This game,
That's a good name.
yeah.
Yay.
It comes
You put
full
me on the
circle.
spot. I was scared. I would have said like Monkey Ball touch and roll, but like like
No, you hit the quick time event well. You weren't supposed to say touch roll. You're supposed to say paper ball. It was like
okay, yeah.
You gotta shout out the thing you're playing right now, right?
Oh yeah, I got also shout out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/. Let me just go start. Please follow
If
me.
you put that URL on the internet, it will redirect to twitch.tv/limey_.
That is
What?
so true.
I've got to change my Twitch name.
Right now? I'll do it for you. Give me your account.
Okay, yeah. So like my username is picture sync. My password is whatever is it saved your Google Chrome.
Oh, you want my password? I can give it. It's like, well, it has a lot of threes in it, but I forgot the rest.
Okay.
I'll give it to
Okay,
you
close
later.
Chat, get on that.
It's a good starting point.
This level is actually pretty fun. It has like these platforms that fall down after a little bit. In the end, if you don't take it very fast, it could be very scary. So I'm going to take it slower than I'm used to, so I don't die at the very end, or I could just get hit by the wall. It's fine.
That didn't count though, because that wasn't the very end, right?
Yeah, no, that's not the very end.
That was like a little bit earlier.
Yeah, no, it was like the middle of the level.
We've got timed falling blocks in this game.
This game has everything.
Well, watch out.
It surely does.
I heard bad things about this part. Oh, you
Yeah,
watched
you
it, so-
can get stuck if you go very slightly too slow and mess up.
Stuck.
So it's terrible and makes me sad.
Ball stuck.
Anarchy, I know you're like on here like every other week, but like you don't get to talk about yourself. You should talk about yourself a little bit.
Well, no, actually, Definitely. I'm very engrossed by Paperball right now. I'll be really for real. I've seen like maybe 5 minutes of gameplay of this game before right now, so I'm kind of engrossed. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it was good that I like brought up that you should talk about yourself like right now, because this is like a almost auto scroller. Like I have to like wait for this.
That was really good segue time.
Yeah.
Wait, these blocks are like
So
almost
true.
invisible.
Yeah, there's like invisible
Scary.
blocks, but like when you get close, they're visible, which is like better than like the stage gimmick of invisible from Super Monkey Ball 2. Because I don't know how to spell invisible without like pausing the game and then selecting like a view stage so I can see it on
okay.
like the wall.
No one can. That being said, most stages are better at using the invisible gimmick than invisible is, unfortunately.
Well, even like
Humanity
in
has developed a lot since the very first time.
in Gaiden, right? Like there's like a 7-8 or something.
Yeah, Phantasm
Yeah.
is a decent invisible stage. It's just an improvement on the original design. It's a really hard thing to make work. I've always said I could write like a whole spiel on this. Mechanics where you can't see as the player are so hard to design well.
Yeah, no,
Like,
definitely.
it's something that's fun and satisfying to play where you can't have access to certain visual information. It's super difficult. So like,
And the thing is, I don't even play
playable.
Gaiden like that. I don't play Super Monkey Ball Gaiden like that. And I do like that implementation of like the invisible like platforms.
No, I think with good like visual indicators as to what like the like implication of the invisible platforms are, they can be kind of cool. But like pure invisibility is pure buns, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Go.
Well, the stage is like a.
I was gonna make an analogy, and then there wasn't anything equivalent for me to even say.
I was gonna say it's like a beehive, and that was when I looked at the stage name and I realized.
I mean,
that
yeah,
wasn't gonna get away
it
with
is
saying
like
that.
bad news.
I really wish that I just finished the sentence before I read the name, because then it would have been really funny. But I had too much dignity. Like, no one was gonna believe that I didn't read the stage name. I'm trying to guess.
I think everyone would have believed if you didn't read the stage
No,
name.
I would have believed you. I would have believed you.
I don't think there's any reason to trust me. I've already.
Oh,
said a
two
couple
stages
hundred
in the
things
exact
today.
same world, so you get to hear this song a little bit more.
Combo, more music. Oh, but this was the music that was playing on that longest stage ever.
Yeah.
Earlier.
I wasn't gonna tell them. I was gonna let them be excited.
Well, as I was saying, this is the stage that is the longest stage ever, and this is a new song. We haven't heard this one before.
Yeah. So like, there's like this like rolling rock where you like watch for it,
Right.
and I don't even like push A in this level, which is like cool.
That's sort of like an
So someone can make
interesting-
like a 1.5 hour video about that for sure, right?
That's like a little bit of a callback to the time that you played Watch for Rolling Rocks without using the A button.
Yeah, like I did that like myself. Yeah.
That was just earlier, like this year, right?
Yeah. Actually, fun story. The name for Parallel Universe didn't come from that video, but it is. We thought about it. We're like, this would actually be like a cool name for a show.
I think that really matches a speedrunner type show. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
The inseparability of the A button challenge in speedrunning is honestly just a good thing, because it's such a good look. That challenge is so cool.
I think it's
Well,
like
yes.
so cool. Yeah. I'm not nearly smart enough to make a ABC task, but I think they're showing one off at GDQ, which is
I just love tasks.
Awesome sauce.
They do things that I can't do. I only know how to play the game like a man. Oh, yeah, you really
is
want
happening
these
right
to be
now?
lined up before you get here. So yeah,
Ooh.
there's some complications.
usually they're lined up fine, but I took that a little slow, so now they're not lined up anymore, and I'm scared.
They look a little
come
more
pick
lined
me
up
up,
this
I'm
time.
scared.
Ooh,
Ooh, they're really
blimey.
not.
Things are looking a little bit dicey.
Okay.
Your drawers are showing.
Okay, we're fine.
Yay.
I didn't even get a medal on that. Wow, that was the first time that it's ever happened.
No medal.
No medal.
Restart
Oh,
the
they
level.
hate you.
Ooh, my bad.
Run that
Wait,
one
were we
back
running
too.
all medals? What category is this today?
This is showcase. It's showcase. That's fine. It's fine.
100 stage
Yeah.
all platinum medals.
Ooh, no. It's a showcase. It's a showcase.
Right.
I said showcase because I didn't want to promise anything. So
That's good. Good strategy.
okay. So yeah, this is the first time I'm playing this level. This is stack. Yeah. So like the level gets like stacked, and
Whoa, it's like
Oh wow,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed that ever.
it's like a septuple square stack. Did I get the number of
I
squares
do gotta be
right?
right here, so I could just.
Ready?
Oh,
I get popped up usually, and the gold doesn't hit me.
In hindsight, I don't think you should have been right there at all. I'll say it. I'll say what we're all thinking.
I will. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Actually,
You're right. I don't want to agree with you though.
I know it's not fun to agree with the guy who is using hindsight because anything's easy to say in hindsight, but you know
That was the Unity engine, actually.
when he's right. Oh,
I'm not
right,
Johnny.
okay,
for that one.
The reason why I got sent to the side instead of straight up was because of the Unity engine. Because
Your
it's
name's
just
actually
like,
Jim.
yeah, it zorped me. I'm not going to even
I love
explain
that word.
Zorps.
I can
There it
explain
is.
Zorps. The
Please.
community doesn't know why we call that Zorps. That's the explanation.
Some people
Marble Rollers
want to believe it's
sometimes-
like ZX's warp, but I think that's like
fake.
that's fraud stuff.
That's a retcon. That's a retcon.
Yeah.
That's a beard.
that's fraudulent.
Yeah. I think if
Zorp-
someone like said Zorp thinking it's ZX's warp, they are like living in like 2030. But
that's a-
unfortunately, we're in whatever year we're in.
Yeah, no, someone just thought it was funny to say the word Zorp in reference to collision not working the way you expect it to in Marble Rollers, and it kind of stuck since then. And honestly, shout out to that. Zorp's a fun word to say. Say
I
it at
rock
home.
with that.
Right now, everyone in chat, out loud, whisper it to yourself. Zorp.
Zorp?
Say it.
Zorp?
Who absorbing?
Oh, actually, on that level, two things. I take the warp goal. Again, it doesn't do anything. I just go straight to 76. But also, I do a camera lock, which is a thing that you kind of do in not Banana Rumble,
That's in
Banana Mania. Yeah.
I speedrun in that game.
Yeah, it's the exact same principle, except you hold up instead of down.
That reference is for me. If you hold the camera up, you get to lock the camera in place, which means that all your inputs are like the same from the start of the stage.
Oh,
I was talking about how hard this level was in practice, and then I like got it like first try or something in practice, and now Peter gets to see me struggle.
Yeah, actually, honestly, you made it look easy, so I didn't really have the context to like even be properly impressed when I saw it earlier. So like now I am really impressed by that earlier attempt
Now we
that I
do,
saw
yeah.
first try. You guys didn't get to see that though in chat, sorry. But it was really cool. It was like like that.
Yeah, it was like that. There we
Wait,
go.
that was actually awesome. I like that.
yeah,
attempt.
perfect. Nice.
That was a pretty good attempt. Ooh, I gotta be careful here. Yeah, like Peter said, bad air control set face, so I gotta like be careful. There it
You
is.
take these.
We
Nice.
first try those.
You can go straight into the goal, but it sucks.
That's a thin descent for you.
Yeah.
Ready? Go!
The stage name feels like a reference and design.
Yeah, this is like a neutral shuffle instead of like a happy shuffle
Yeah,
or like
it's
even a
not-
mad
it's not-
shuffle.
Particularly angry.
Not even Cupid.
I can't believe it's not shuffle. Oh no, I actually would have loved that. I just like reset too early.
Wait, you were alive and you reset?
Yeah,
That's like, does that even count as a death?
I mean it used a life, so it does set
I'm
face.
minusing one from the death count.
Yeah. Whoops, my bad, chat.
Anyone counting? I think really
Yay.
hard. I think it's at exactly, hold on, don't tell me. I think it's at, the death count is like at 82. 88.
Right.
I had a different joke in mind, but I forgot how to subtract 72 from 100.
I don't even know what that is off the dome. I'm gonna be so for real.
72.
72 from 100, yeah.
Is that also just 72? Like I don't
That was the
know.
number I meant to say.
Okay. We got there.
Now that the joke is finished.
Anyways, this is Ferris
Let's go
wheel. So y'all know like Ferris wheels? Like
I
Do y'all
won
rock
a
with
little
Ferris
bit
wheels?
ago. But it was like 10 years ago.
yeah, that's a little bit ago for sure.
It was alright. One of the slower roller coasters I've ever been on.
Is that Ferris wheel like a roller coaster?
It rolls.
What? Yeah.
I mean,
it
Chad, what do you think
is in
about
Roller
this?
Coaster Tycoon. So I mean,
You're
no,
arguing
I would
so
say
well
this.
in my favor. I didn't have any good arguments. That was like way better than anything I could come up with. That's awesome. Thank you. I really feel like I dug myself a hole.
yeah, I got you. I got you.
Ready? Go!
what is?
Oh,
What
that's the
resort
last level
was
of novice. Well, I don't know if it's like if there's any novice levels left, but that's like traditionally what you would play last in novice as you play it.
Oh, this stage is so fun to greed. I remember playing this.
This is one of
This
those.
is the one stage I speedrun.
Yeah, I don't like this level because it's hard and it makes me sad.
Yeah, if you go a little bit too fast, you fall off the edge, and that's why it's fun.
I got agreed. Okay, there we go.
Yay.
Never punished.
Greed. That was a greed gold. That was a gold.
Yeah. W greed. Chat.
Greed is the spell of the W.
What greed? Question mark? Like,
Like what? No.
absolutely not a Ferris wheel. It's not a roller coaster. What the heck? I think like the call that we're in like came to a separate conclusion than you did.
And considering the fact that there's 3 of us, one of you, I think we're looking
Chat,
good
push
for-
one if a Ferris wheel is a roller coaster, and continue chatting as normal if you also think a Ferris wheel is a roller coaster.
We're doing so well.
And subscribe if you don't think a Ferris wheel is a roller coaster.
Wait, I like this poll.
You gotta
That is
use
so
your
true.
Prime sub, gift subs. You gotta do your regular tier 1, 2, 3s. Tier bits if you think that a roller coaster is not a.
All of those go towards supporting GDQ Hotfix, so please consider using those if you do think that a Ferris wheel is a roller coaster.
For a good cause of proving us right and also the hotfix.
Please, okay.
Whoa, you did those?
Wow.
Sorry for yelling. I didn't believe it.
I also didn't believe it for what it was worth.
We're flabbergasted.
I'm flabbergasted. Times 2.
I've never been more gasted than in that one particular moment.
You're flabbers right now.
Other than when I had to like watch like 40 golf on like the marble marathon, like I think that was like, I think that's up there, but I think I was more gasted here.
I've never heard the word flappers by itself before. I wasn't ready to hear flappers.
Like flabbergasted is like it's just like a compounded word, right? Like it's flabbered and then gasted, right? Like
Yeah, I think they
For
call those.
what it's worth, I think so.
It's like a palindrome, I think.
something like that.
Ready?
Cool.
Go!
No, wait. That might be a portmanteau.
I still don't know what that means, but I agree.
I don't think that's correct. I think that might be wrong, actually.
That's one vote against me and one vote for me. So this poll is going like as well as the last one for me.
Chat,
You may be coached
I need your input, please. Except only if it comes in the form of a sub comment.
There was a Prime sub that said no to Ferris wheel being a roller coaster. I was very excited to see it, despite the fact that it was against my point, just because that's awesome. But
Yeah, so I just wanted to mention that now we are getting to the last 10.
that was a really good way to say that without
Yay.
accidentally saying and time and confusing the person running the timer.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we can all just say, like, and time whenever we want to, right? Like, we have free will, right?
This
Like,
is my first one. I was holding back this whole
Like-
run.
like I don't know. It's just like, whenever I want, I can just go, and time. And that didn't even, like, connect to anything. Like, I can just say that.
It feels. Notice how good it feels.
It does. It feels pretty good. Hopefully I switch this.
You are
And
so evil.
I switched it.
You are so evil.
This is really good, actually.
I've had that habit for like the better like 2 years or something, and it feels great until I get in like a marathon setting and I start feeling bad for my producer. Video game.
Yeah, that's a video game. A video game, I got really lucky with the direction I chose to just, like, stand on.
It's a gameception. That's gameception.
So
I got hit so much.
you got cooked. You got cooked.
Not me.
I didn't expect to get hit that much.
That's fair. That's like what most people say after getting hit too much and dying.
This happens again, right? Oh, we're so back.
Ooh, good star RNG, if you will.
Star NG is so real. I just really depend on getting lucky because I just don't want to, like, lose time, even if it's, like, slower to, like, die.
As a PvZ speedrunner, I
'cause-
can relate to depending on getting lucky.
Yeah.
Go!
94. Oh, I'm gonna go for this. I have to go for this. Hold on. No, I'm gonna go for this again.
Nice one.
Okay, one more time.
Okay.
What? Ghost balls.
Okay, that was a baby one. I showed this off to Peter because I got really lucky and got it. You can, like,
really
squeeze
cool.
yourself between, like, different like moving platforms, and you'll, like, proxy yourself. It's very cool, but it, like, is hard and sucks. But you can skip actually having to like play this level. Ooh.
Ooh, you haven't had a chance to do it again.
I was greeting. Hold on. Oh, I went through again.
I should have
but
made you do it to try it again. That was evil of me.
I forgot what I was saying, but it's hard. That's the point of what I was saying.
Ooh, that goal was calling to you right then. Did you feel that? Like
I thought about just like greeting, and I was like, I don't want to like die here
Right,
again. That'd be
was-
embarrassing.
Low-key, that was scary for me, and I'm not even doing it.
Ready? Go!
How'd we get to the last 10 stages? How'd we get to like the last stage right now? And just kidding, sorry.
And it's time for the last 5 stages.
No one will ever believe I do that kind of stuff by accident after today, but I swear, during like my last hotfix run, I was like completely naturally, without thinking about it all, I said, and that was the second last stage, and it was like wasn't even for a bit. That was just what I said.
You were just too.
You're just joshing.
The joy. Yeah,
I was
the
excited.
joy and whimsy.
That's a
off the
really hard
charts.
level, by the way, and I did it.
That
So
looked
I,
really
just,
hard.
I don't know, just like
Yay.
clap emoji or something. I don't know. Like
That's whatever.
Clap emoji.
figured
I'll
out Twitch
clap
chat.
emoji in real life to that. Just one.
I mean, I'll take the one. Like I'm not that greedy.
No, you haven't been very greedy today, actually. You've been very marathon safe. I'm proud of you.
I usually like being very greedy in like
You
my
haven't been
speed
like
runs.
a greedy Petey, you've been more of like a smarty farty today.
Oh, this is like the first level, and we just played like the last level a little bit ago. So
Whoa.
Yay.
It's like poetry.
yeah,
Shakespeare couldn't write this run.
Right when you
He couldn't do it.
Right when you said yeah, the Paperball screen said no to me on my Discord stream. I don't know why that gets me every time.
okay, and then
Nice,
now
I know.
there's one more level, and I don't know what it is. Oh, it's another novice level. Oh, I gotta go for this. Hold on.
That's
There's still time on the estimate. I gotta go for this. Please. Oh,
Right.
Ready?
The goer.
oh no. Oh no.
This time's looking good. Okay, try again. Run it back.
No.
Ready?
Almost there. The cycle's like in your grasp. I can taste it.
Okay, it's fine.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yay.
And,
Nice.
now it's gonna be unironic. Peter, you can do the honors since I've been saying it a lot.
And time.
Okay.
Yay.
I just wanted to make you sweat a little bit.
I couldn't hold that note for that much longer.
Oh, if I didn't do that, I would have gotten a sub 30.
Oh, nice.
That's
one.
funny. But,
What a run.
Yeah, that was fun.
GG.
Before we totally get out of here,
Jeez.
I do wanna just mention that like this game has like so many different modes. It's very cool. So like obviously there's like the match alpha mode, which is just like a challenge mode like / like randomizer. There's like the mid arcade mode. There's rush mode, which is like the same as the other mode, but you have like a limited amount of time. So if you take too long, you just like game over. Meta mode is like story mode. Obviously there's that. There's blitz mode, which is like banana blitz. You have a jump button in this game. It's very cool. And then there's flip mode, which is like if you've seen like those Mario fan games where like there's two people playing at the same time and it switches control between them. It's that, but like in this game, it's very cool.
Sick.
I think you should get it. It's very cool. It's an indie game too. But like I can't think of anything else. My Twitch is twitch.tv/LimeSR. I'm Limga on Blue Sky and also LimeSR on X the Everything app. Ugh. And also, Peter, if you'd like to shout out anything else that you're doing.
Oh, my name is Peter. I am a speedrunner. I play a different game. I speedrun PvZ at the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/PetersInc, PTRES Inc. And yeah, this was really fun. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for being on. It's very fun. And before I go, I just want to shout out Black in a Flash. Join. I think there's like a Discord link somewhere in some like Twitch command. PT's here. She can figure it out. It's very cool. Also shout out Binary Breakers. But other than that, yeah, I'm done here except for I'm going to have to be on commentary in the next run. And I don't know anything about that run. I'm going to be exactly like Peter for this run. So
That's like, I was about to say, that's like what I just did.
yeah, it's like a parallel. Yeah. A parallel universe on
Right.
Friday. Watch it.
I was about to say you might want to plug a certain hotfix show there.
Yeah. I don't know. Just look at the Hotfix schedule. Check out all the shows. The season's awesome. By the shirt.
Agreed with all that.
Well, if there's nothing else, Limey, thank you so much for being on the show. This was a great run. I love clowning around. We're going to take a quick little break, do a little wellness break, make sure you hydrate, use the restroom, stretch, all that good stuff. And we'll be back with the last run of the night in a flash. Why, hello, heroes, and welcome back to Hidden Heroes, a new hotfix show where we aim to showcase speedrunners who are part of underrepresented and marginalized communities in speedrunning and the games that they're passionate about and that they want to show off. We're coming up on our last run of the night, but it's chill. If you've missed out on any of our shows or events or any of the runs earlier tonight, be sure to check out the VODs on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. Also, if you're interested in hotfix, join the official GDQ Discord and add the hotfix role where you can keep tabs on upcoming events, talk with staff, and more. Use !Discord in Twitch chat for more information. But without further ado, we've got a certain game, Grapple Dogs, upcoming, which I'm very, very excited to see. I watched this runner get the world record last night, so I'm very excited to see what we've got going on here. So, Shovel Claws, I think it's time for you to take it away.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is Grapple Dogs Cosmic Canines. This is a really cool 2D platformer that's surprisingly technical. But first, I'm Shovel Claws. It's pronouns. I run a bunch of indie stuff that you've never heard of before. This is probably included. I do want to say real fast, this game is really cheap and will give you well over 10 hours of content. It is, if you 100% it is really fun. So go support this game. It hasn't sold super great by the devs admission, and I really want to see a sequel to this game because I think it could be really cool as a third game. I'm saying. So please go support this game just immediately out the gate. It's a really great 2D platformer. But also joining us from the last run is Limey. If you want to say hello again.
Hello, I'm Peter.
Oh, that's okay. Interesting.
Well, right, like.
Some are saying this, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into the run so we can talk about what this is and what the game looks like as we start. But we'll count us down real fast in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right.
Where did the and come from? What the heck?
The game lagged and I don't start my timer until the animation starts. Anyways, this is Grapple Dogs Cosmic Canines. This is, wait, that's a cat on my screen. What the hell? This is okay.
That should not
That's
be
not
there.
the right. That's not correct.
I think my game is fun.
Cosmic Canines, like question mark?
Ooh, right. What's the Spanish word for cat? That kind of word.
Gato?
Gato.
Yeah, because it's like El
Cosmic
Gato. I remember
Gatos.
that. Yeah.
Whoa, that's weird. This is Grapple Dogs. This is a 2D platformer, and we play as 2 characters in this game. That's where the dogs come from. I'm sure the second one will be a dog for real. But this game is a really technical 2D platformer where you can use a grapple hook and get around very quickly. This is Pablo. Well, usually it's Pablo. I don't know what this guy's name is, admittedly. And his moveset is pretty straightforward. He can do this little punch move in order to kind of punch himself across stages. And additionally, he has this slam dunk basketball move, which kind of just dunks him down. And we can use that in order to drop ourselves down very quickly. But the goal of the game is just to get to the end of every stage. This is all main stages, which is distinct from any% in that it uses a New Game Plus save that has completed the game already in order to already have all the stages that we are going to play through in this run unlocked. And that removes a bunch of collectible collecting. Any% is fairly long compared to all main stages because of that routing change. In this stage, in this category, it's a lot more go to the goal, be fast than it is impressive routing. And that's why I chose to run it, is because it's a little bit more my pace if you've ever seen the games I like to run. But additionally, you do have a grapple hook in this game. It is called Grapple Dogs. I would hope my D key gave out, so I didn't get the big swing there. And I missed the jump anyways. My life is over. But it is called Grapple Dogs. I would hope that you expected the grapple hook.
Sure hope it does.
Grapple Dogs? I sure hope it does.
I sure hope it does.
I also just wanted to mention that this game is like really fast for like a 2D platformer that isn't like Celeste. Like I just wanted to put that out there.
I think this game is really cool because the momentum control is a lot more difficult. You see, this so far has not been super fast, and that's just because I've been missing tricks, and it's a lot slower to retry stuff, generally speaking. So I don't really retry stuff, but you'll see here. I'm zooming now.
Oh yeah, we're getting into it. Yeah.
We'll talk some about grapple hook mechanics in a few stages, but I am going to go to my wardrobe and change back into the dog with a suit because he's dripped out before going into the next stage.
I rock with him.
I'm saying. But in this game, you play as two dogs. We had Pablo, and then we saw Luna, who is this lone wolf kind of character who lost her parents to a demon overlord. I didn't think we would have like a Marvel story in this game, but we do. And this is
it's
Pablo.
like a video game, so
Don't tempt me.
If you don't say it, I will.
I've done it once on Hotfix. I will do it again. But this is Pablo. He's this dumb golden retriever. He says the only thing more valuable than one cheeseburger is two cheeseburgers. That's a real line of dialogue in this game. And he's kind of speaking.
He's
kind of spitting.
No, he's cooking. He's kind of cooking.
And we're getting into the first true level of this game, Monkey Business. This game is a multiverse plot, so you'll see us going across a bunch of dimensions throughout the game, parallel universes, if you will.
I know about that.
And so you'll get to see a bunch of different types of stages. This is Monkey Tropolis, which is a capitalism riddled world that I feel sad for, but it's okay. But in this stage, we get the Electro Pulse, our first of a few handful of power-ups that we'll get. This one turns Pablo into a lightning ball, which I'm sure isn't painful at all. I do kind of worry about him, but it's fine.
No, he's chill.
Well, I feel like people who have like electricity powers don't get affected by the electricity that they're like putting out.
Well, he seems fine. I mean, we beat that stage while only taking 2 hits, so like I'm sure he's okay.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
But it allows us to use those solar panel things and those electric cannons to shoot us up and move around really fast. It's a really cool power-up that we'll see a few times throughout this run. They do appear intermittently, which is very nice. Into Desolate Dunes. This is the first world. Talking a little bit about all main stages more. We're going to play through all of the stages that are considered main stages, as you could guess by the name of the category. But what that excludes is challenge stages, which are shorter and kind of like melee time attacks. So this game is the melee of speedrunning. All right, this category is not the melee of speedrunning, though. It's kind of weird.
I didn't mention it, but yeah, like good luck, Shovel. Didn't forgot to say that.
It's for only frame perfect tricks and no luck. Hold on, wait, doing a frame perfect trick here? Oh, I missed it.
Oh no, it's so over.
It's over. But yeah,
I'm like thinking about cheeseburgers now because of Pablo. Hold on.
Right, like I'm hungry now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, chat. If you want to gift a sub, that would get Anarchy a cheeseburger. I will also say you can pet the dogs after each stage. I will pet the dogs for every sub after each stage. So if you want to see me pet a dog, then sub.
And then also maybe we can get like a burger or two. Is there anything better than like 2 cheeseburgers, or like does he not like get into like capitalism like that?
I don't know actually. He does have the suit on, so I think he might, but it's never explained in the lore. As you can imagine, Grapple Dog's lore is really really deep and complicated. So I don't have that goes way beyond our scale. I know Jaxler was struggling to explain the story of Legacy of Kain because there was so much. This game is just like that.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
you were
I
not
have
lying
no
when you
problem
said,
explaining
like-
the lore
like-
of Paperball. So
Well, it's a paper football, so you know.
Well, close
Well-
enough actually. We'll let it
how
slide.
did everyone get
well, yeah,
the
it's-
type of ball wrong? I like understand this is like GDQ, but like there's like a baseball channel that people talk in.
Yeah, a lot.
Well, yeah.
The crossover of GDQ fans and baseball fans is like 100%. It's like a circle.
That's not even a Venn diagram. That is just like a that's an oval.
All right. But we're gonna get our electric posts in this stage again. The Thunderstrike. This stage is called Thunderstrike. Don't tell me why it's called that. I don't want to know. Okay, weird stuff. So we're gonna just get into the second part of this stage. The second part of this stage is the first of quite a few actually, collection sections. These are these kind of target tests, if you will, melee.
Oh, this is the melee of speedrunning, yeah.
Where we have to route out the keys, and doing it quickly is just a name. Just comes down to how you route it out, really. Ooh, I need that. I do need all of them. There is one skip for these later in the run. I won't tease you too much. It does come soon. But otherwise, these are just kind of routing things. I'm going to delay that punch there in order to make sure I cross over the platform so I can grapple onto that balloon instead of having to fall down to the grapple hooks. Small little optimization, but that gets us to the end of the stage as we do a big swing. There we go.
Someone keeps calling you Clutchbox. Is this like accurate? Or...
I am not Clutchbox. Clutchbox gets subs. I'm just saying. But
Clutchbox
yeah, every
pets the
time.
Dogs, yeah.
No, every time Clutchbox pops off, there are like 8 Prime subs. If you have a Prime sub, you should check for that and use it on GDQ. Anyways.
No, Shovel might pop off.
It's true. We're going to say hi to Luna again. The way that this run kind of works out is that we'll see Pablo for a little bit, and then we'll see Luna for a bit. Tiny little hot jump there that I like. But that's just because the menuing that we do to get between levels is fastest if we just play them in the menuing order, and that allows us to very easily kind of chop through them without much worry. But we're back to Luna. Luna is very much similar to Pablo. The one defining characteristic that she has is that she has a gun.
Right.
Yeah, that gun is actually a lot more useful than just shooting bullets. There's a few movement techniques we can do with that gun that you'll see as we hopefully hit a kind of nasty grapple hook chain here. We'll see. There we go. There's some speed.
Ooh,
Nice.
this game's so fast.
So you'll see one thing I'm doing with Luna is shooting underneath me. And don't try this at home because I'm pretty sure this doesn't work in real life. But I hear in video games, if you shoot under your feet, you'll actually fly. And that works in this game. We call it jetpacking. And there are a lot of ways that you can jetpack. You'll see Luna's first different gun in this stage, her secondary, I guess. I never thought about it like that until just now. But you'll see Luna's second optional, or second gun that she will collect in this stage after a little bit of platforming. And you'll see that the jetpacking on the shotgun here actually is different. It allows us to just get a tiny little hop.
It says shotgun, not shot. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like electricity. Okay, that took me a second.
Yeah. This thing is just a shotgun, except it shoots electricity. Thanks for ruining my commentary, Limey.
My bad.
But, oh, dang it. This allows us to kind of get this infinite double jump. It's kind of awesome. And we can use that a lot in this run. We'll see the shotgun no other time, actually, until the very end. But the concept will apply to other guns, thankfully. But there are 2 kinds of jetpacking, and the other one is just kind of this floating, which is where the name comes from, as you can imagine. I need that. Hold up. The nice thing about jetpacking is that it lets you recover very easily from mistakes. That was a messy few targets, but that's okay. Never punished.
Never punished.
The routing for this stage's collection section is so cool because the shotgun actually goes through walls. So we can use that sometimes to shoot targets from the other side of walls that we're on. And that allows us to go very fast. Someone referenced Jetpack Joyride, and I do think this game is the jetpack joyride of speedrunning as well. So I kind of respect that.
I rock
Okay,
with that.
but what's like the Subway Surfers of speedrunning?
Minecraft. Next question.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I've seen top players do RSG resets.
Yeah.
The corporate climber now. This level is more vertical based, and we'll actually have a few of these levels that are kind of these vertical platforming challenges instead of these horizontal ones. And you would think a fast-paced platformer like this doesn't lend itself very well to vertical platforming. You are so wrong. You've never been more wrong. You have been downvoted if you believe that. I'm sorry. Falafel? Anyways, the reason that the vertical platforming in this game is so good is that you are able to kind of get extra height out of... Hold on, bouncing on those balloons real fast. If you bounced on it, never heard a speedrun. You'll have a few... or one thing you can do for extra height is you are able to delay your grapple off of an arc. So you'll see whenever I grapple on something, right? You have the half circle moving around it. Hopefully my demonstration with my hands was good enough to understand that.
I couldn't see your camera, but I'm just gonna assume that it was really good.
No, but I believe
Please just
you, yeah.
assume. Don't ask questions. Sorry, that was mean. But you'll see, as I come up on the arc of the grapple hook, I am able to get a bunch of extra height. And that allows us to do quite a few skips in these levels that are very cool. If I actually hit the jetpack there, that would have been good. But whatever. So yeah, these vertical climb levels, this is not the only one, and it is far from the best one, in my opinion. So there are plenty more of these to come.
This vertical climb is like scaring me. Like it looks like probably way more like precise than it is. Unless you just say it's really precise, then I'm gonna disbelieve you.
It is really easy to bleed time randomly without really thinking about it because of the jumps. You do have to like time them really close, and sometimes they just don't work for reasons that I don't quite understand. But that's okay. We're getting into a strange world now. I think that could be a title of this show, honestly, if we workshopped it a little bit more. But the
Strange World is just like a descriptor. I don't think that's like a...
I think we could workshop it to fit.
If we worked on it a little bit.
You need to see the vision, and I'm not hearing enough seeing the vision.
Yeah, no, I don't see the vision like at all.
Okay.
Like I'm trying to imagine it, and it's just like a, it's just a blank canvas in my mind.
Thank you, Anna.
Let it cook.
This stage introduces the Earth Blade. This is one of my favorite abilities in the entire game because it allows us to grapple to walls, which is not something you can usually do. And it allows us to get a bunch of height off those walls as well by hugging against the wall. The momentum from the sword will allow us to kind of bounce off the wall. And then if we wall jump off that wall, we are able to climb walls really fast. And that allows us also infinite height off of walls, which is useful for the thing we're coming up here on. So we're gonna grapple this wall and then uppies, and then go back down. And you may have noticed I needed to collect keys for this section. Just kidding. No, I don't. There's that skip I was referencing.
I was about to say, yeah, but 25 keys is a lot of keys, and you skipped like 8. And then
Even I lied.
Yeah.
I did not
Skipped
lie.
more than
I
8.
said there was a skip. I'm being accused of things that I have not done, chat. This is ridiculous. This is the hardest stage in the game, so I'm going to lock in a little bit. One thing I'm going to do here at the start, though, is reset the cycle. You can see the top timer there bugging a little bit, because this puts me on a cycle I'm a little bit more familiar with, admittedly, because I restart runs a lot. But this level slaps and is very cool. Unfortunately, it's also ridiculously hard, because the cycles are really tight. You'll see that the music is changing. This entire game's soundtrack is ridiculously good. But
like
this
bumping right now.
this song in specific is kind of amazing. Yes, okay. that is the cycle that's really difficult to hit. That platform goes away, and that is bad for us. Additionally, here you're gonna see. Okay, I should have not greeted there, but it's fine.
Never punished for
I greeted there.
except for
I
now.
greeted there. That was greedy. It's fine though. I'm just gonna wait the cycle. But one thing that this game allows you to do is maintain momentum through Pablo's movement kit. Okay, I'm just gonna reset there. It's fine. Big swing. So one thing you'll see. Okay, I should have hit the balloon there, but let's check. Third time. All right, big swing. So you'll see me doing these ground pounds, and then there we go. There's the secret band. Shout out Ace Bats. We can just kind of grapple hook over in order to stall us in midair, and that allows us to float on over to that secret, and we can take the portal back up to the top, and that's a much faster way to get through that section as opposed to using the intended route, which is all above us and quite a bit slower because it uses the actual gimmick of the stage. Instead, we can completely ignore it by building up momentum and then using that momentum, conserving it through the platforming there in order to get to that secret. And now we're climbing a tower again. Woo!
Does Grapple
this
Dogs
one's-
have like frame rules?
Not really, but this stage is like the closest thing to it for sure.
Okay.
There's no bus.
I know how to explain that, but I don't know. I feel like I'm doing a whole heck of a lot of nothing on this couch.
You've never seen this
It's a
game.
little bit of burger.
Yeah. Well,
It's okay.
I've seen the first game before. I know people who ran that. It's not the
You're
first
here
game.
for the
but
vibes.
Yeah.
You're a vibes
hanging
couch
out.
member.
I love being a Vibes couch member.
Can you run a frame rule explanation by me actually real fast?
So like, ooh, I get to say it. So imagine a bus. And
A
like,
little bit of fan service.
yeah. If you've seen GDQ before, you'll get that.
I need a picture of a bus to put on my forehead. Frame rules aren't in this game, so I don't have that prepared. Come back to me when this game gets into SGDQ for sure.
Games committee, I'm looking at you. This game is so cool.
But back to Luna's stages. This is Luna Terra Nova. I don't know what she's doing Terra Nova, but sure. I don't think there's a rule saying that a Luna can Terra Nova. But
I don't even know what those words mean together, but
so true. In this stage, we get the Flora Blaster. This is kind of Luna's equivalent of the Earth Blade, except we can also jetpack with it and give us the double jump, which is extremely useful in this stage because we can just skip a bunch of platforming there, and we'll use it again later on in this stage in order to get to the end a lot faster. But the Chloroblaster also gives plant life back its roots, I guess. And that allows us to do a bunch of really fun platforming. You also do have to be fairly precise. You may have noticed that my key bindings on the game are changing between controller and mouse and keyboard. Yeah, I played this game with both. As you can imagine, that is not very easy. I swapped to controller for Pablo. Oh, I did this wrong. That's fine. Never punished because I have jetpacking. I do have a controller in my lap right now, and I play.
What type of
with
controller
both.
is it?
It's a DualSense.
Okay.
Valid.
Good choice.
But yeah, Luna is a lot easier on mouse and keyboard, and I don't like how Pablo controls on mouse and keyboard, and vice versa. Pablo is a lot easier on controller. Luna is awful on controller. So I just play both. I don't have to choose favorites. I just change.
I love changing myself so I can be better at speedrunning.
Right? Exactly.
All right.
It is nice. I don't have to two controller, one player it, but you know.
No, I don't
That sounds
know,
like an
actually.
amazing challenge right now.
That would be a kind of sick run. Unfortunately, I don't really know how you do it, but
Neither do I, but well, sure.
This is Laser Danger. Laser Danger is usually the scariest level in any percent because we only have 6 health at this point in any percent. But thankfully, since this is a new game plus file and we have all of the health upgrades unlocked, we do in fact have our option of health upgrades as well. So we get to kind of just roll through this one.
Do look pretty like dangerous, yeah.
Yeah, they're a bit iffy. It is extremely easy to die in this stage, in my opinion, but also that's just because I damage boost through everything. As you can imagine, killing a bunch of enemies and not going forward is like fairly slow.
I wouldn't have guessed.
Yeah, no, it's not very intuitive, but you know, and that's World 2, the Garden.
Yay!
Yay. Going on to the freezer now and going into my least favorite stage. This is the big swing. I also realize this is actually a great time for me to realize this. I never explained grapple mechanics that well. In this run, we do something quite a lot called a super grapple, which is just coming out of a grapple with increased speed. But there are a few methods to ensure that you get a super grapple. And one of my favorites, and something you'll see me doing a lot, is actually holding down while grappled, because holding down will allow you to make sure to get this key, because I forgot it on PB pace earlier. Oops.
What, you mean the world record pace, or?
No, I mean PB pace.
Oh, no. It's over.
Judge.
I still have world record. I just said what I said.
Okay. I just wanted to mention that you do have the record in this game, and it is a
I got
very
this
fun
record
run to
while
watch.
grinding for this show, actually, because I was like, ooh, I am like not very good at this category. I should like get good at this category, and then I got good at this category. Which
Categories are most fun.
Well,
though.
yes.
was a lot more fun than I was anticipating, honestly. But the nice thing about super grapples is that if you grapple hook onto something while holding down, you'll see there that Pablo did this kind of weird arc during the grapple. Holding down allows you to crawl kind of away. It's like climbing a rope. If you hold down, you kind of climb down the rope. And that allows us to get a really strange arc that will build up more speed, and we'll be able to do that in order to do super grapple chains, which is basically just chaining together super grapples in order to carry more momentum out of them. And that's probably the bread and butter of this game, explained 25 minutes in.
That one grapple that you did just now to get like the 4 keys or whatever, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is a really sick grapple. I'm glad you noticed it.
I just wanted to make sure it didn't go unnoticed.
Yeah, this stage is my least favorite, exclusively because it is ridiculously easy to die accidentally. I am already on 2 HP, and that is kind of scary because there are some really troll keys coming up. This one in specific has killed many a run, so I take it a little bit safer, but that's okay.
That like one spike pit on that wall looks just like so troll.
It's evil because the
That was
conveyor
very-
is moving
yeah.
down too. It's like, why? But it is a good troll if you're at 1 HP and then die. The kind of nice thing, the only saving grace of that is that you keep your keys between deaths. So it's actually possible to death warp, and you do that in any percent all pets, which is a category that got made recently, in order to death warp from the thing that you need to get in that category to the door where you beat the level again, which is nice.
Holy burger,
now-
all pets.
Holy burger.
The next stage here, thankfully, is a lot more of a banger because this is Tower of Leaves. This is probably my second favorite stage of the entire game. I do have a first.
I think that's
and it hasn't
crazy
come
to
up yet.
say, like going off of like the last level, which also looks really cool.
I just don't like that level because collection sections will haunt me to my grave the way they have done me dirty in any percent. I'm not gonna lie.
No, that's understandable.
That's so tragic because I feel like the vibe was like unmatched.
Yeah,
The
no,
vibe is
that was,
really
like,
cool,
awesome.
and don't worry, we'll see that dimension again. Can't say that about every stage that we'll be playing today, but we will see that dimension again in this run, which is chill because that level is actually good, thankfully. But This is just more vertical platforming. Look at the Earth Blade in this second section, which, frankly, genius level design to put the thing that gives you infinite wall height into the stage where you have to climb walls. And I do mean that legitimately. That is like a fantastic decision. Just in case you thought that was sarcasm.
How much is this game again? I'm like making some heavy considerations right now.
It is... I actually couldn't tell you how expensive it was. I think it's $15, but it is not very expensive, and it went on sale for like $9 the other day. I think it... Oh, I do think the original game in this series is on sale for like $3. So if you want to like dip your toes in...
I got a pulse check for you. Grapple Dog is $3.74, and Grapple Dogs 2 is only $10.79.
Yeah, so
this is looking interesting to you.
What the banana? That is so cheap.
Yeah, no, it's also a good game. Like, it deserves the attention, frankly.
I know my Steam cart hate to see me coming.
Right?
Also, winter
Exactly,
sale soon,
100%.
so like, you know, tap in.
There are some bad decisions that are about to be made.
I think this is going to be a great
Much.
decision if I get this game.
It is a good decision.
Well, yes.
Maybe not for your wallet, but like for your mental, that's a mental PB right there, you know?
For my soul, yeah.
Mental world record even, like, you know? Nothing beats shopping for your brain.
I only
Am I right,
do
chat?
soul-based speedrunning, so I only play things that
Right.
are fun and dope and cool.
Exactly.
And
Yeah, and
Speaking of
this
dope and
is
cool.
this is looking awesome.
Big swing. This is something called a hyper grapple, and I hit the wall. So I'm going to stop explaining what that was because I missed it. That's fine though. If you carry your speed with a moving platform, I got it again there, so you know you get to see it. You do something that we call a hyper grapple, and it just amplifies your speed with the speed of a moving grapple. Unfortunately, those are really rare. This is the only one where it's like relatively practical to hit them because moving grapple points are not very common in this game, I'll tell you now. But that's okay. Please make this. Luna, you are getting dangerously close to the void. Luna, I think I've run out of dashes. That is tragic. I'm all the way back at the start. That's unlucky.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's never happened before, actually. I've never gotten
Chat
that
said it.
They
did say
said the
it.
line.
That deserves a gift sub right there.
That deserves at least a tier 2. Like,
I'm seeing a suspicious lack of pets.
I know, I'm saying. If you want to pet the dogs, I'm just, you know, I'm just saying.
this game's full of them apparently.
At least 2, for
Yeah.
sure.
At least 2. Maybe even 3.
Well, let's not go that far. But I like the spirit.
I don't want to
what
make
I kinda
any
do.
unfounded claims because I don't know that much about this game, so I don't want it like to be wrong.
I'm saying. Brave of you, frankly.
I love being brave. It makes me feel great. Makes me feel so. I'm trying to think of a word that isn't brave. That is brave.
Get there.
Makes me feel so
giving you time.
courageous. There we go.
Courageous. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Welcome back to the rhythm dimension. This is Hit the Beat. This one is much nicer than the other stage in this world. There is only one difficult grapple coming up here. I have to hit this grapple and be low enough to that to fall underneath. And that saves quite a bit of time, even second try, rather than going above and beyond.
I've never,
Low-key we
like
are
I said,
smoothing.
never seen this game, so I'm just gonna believe that like cool little movement string just like saves like 5 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my,
Chat,
oh
that
my,
has to be
oh my
something,
gosh. That is 5 minutes ahead of world record. But another collection section to finish this one off. Big swing while hopefully hitting all the targets. Never mind, my aim was bad, I guess. That or the bullets deloaded because they went off screen. That does happen. They do have a minimum.
You gotta hop
maximum
into aim
range.
labs, I fear. Or whatever the other one is.
You gotta hit the Kovacs.
Yeah, I could not remember the name of that.
Something. Check out this week's Hotfix schedule. Something.
Not sure.
Something.
But here, you know what? I'll give Chad a taste. There's a pet. You'll have to sub to see the uncensored version of that one, because that was just a bunch of colors. But
That was at least 2 or 3 colors for sure.
and next into my favorite stage in the game. This is fired up. If you thought a lightning bolt was bad news. We're gonna do much worse to Pablo in this stage. But this stage feels so clean to schmoove in because of this ability, the Fire Blast, where we set Pablo on fire and he gets the zoomies. It is so cool to move around with this thing, and it shows up twice in this run, and I'm so sad.
Bro's cooking, like literally.
Ooh,
Oh, I mean, like, yeah, he's cooking. He's right now hot dog, I guess.
Ooh, okay.
I'm sorry. I'll just like mute for the rest of the run. Let's chill.
Let's go.
The cool thing about this ability is that you can actually use the analog stick. So usually I use the D-pad on Pablo when I'm controlling him because it's a 2D platformer. Hello. But for this ability, you actually have a wider range of angles that you can use if you use the analog stick. And it's really fun if you can hit the angles just right to, just like I did at the end there. I think this is an IL world record. Hold on, let me cook. That's an IL world record, baby. Easy.
Holy burger.
That went really well, actually.
With cheese.
With cheese. It's
Animal style 4x4. The works.
Animal style,
There
I
you
get
go.
it.
It's because it's like
level
Grapple
goes
dogs.
so
yeah,
hard.
Oh, we left.
I get it. I didn't even say that on purpose.
Ooh. And you've ruined the bit because you said it on accident.
I like pulling back the curtain.
Ooh, that's your mistake. Okay.
It is so
I
over.
That's
tried to
karma,
do
I
a
fear.
super grapple there, and I missed my dive. I mentioned it some earlier, but you can. That's also karma right there. Actually, that's fair though. Big hyper grapple there. In this level, you have these lanterns that play like ASMR music, I guess. Nice. And
Right.
they spawn in these platforms that go away after the chime has worn off. So it is really hard to get through those sections if you make a mistake and without having to like reset the cycle, which makes this stage relatively challenging. It is definitely like, I think this is one of my only deaths in the world record that I set last night in this category. So, you know, something free time save? I don't know.
Yeah, time save for the next run or something.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't
Right.
follow that philosophy because if there was time save, I would just like have it and I would just get the perfect run, and it's like that easy, right?
Right, I agree. Sure.
Right.
Why not? But I will also say we're playing through all the stages in this category, and any percent you actually don't see a lot of these stages. So one of the last levels in this world that you'll see, Shadowtown, is the one after this next one that we're playing through, is actually not seen in any percent at all, which makes this run really cool because any percent has collectibles that you have to collect called gems in order to unlock the boss. And once we get enough gems, we just gun it to the boss and finish that world. So we literally just grab everything that is necessary to progress and then move on, which we can do in 3 stages because most of the worlds have 12 gem requirements. So
Wow.
this stage is Vine Time. This one's really hard as well because of these rotating jetpack, please. Thank you. Save me. Because of these rotating grapple points. So it creates a cycle-based stage that is pretty vertical-based in that first part there. Thankfully, got through it pretty nicely. So That's chill. We're gonna grapple, or we're gonna jetpack up here after getting a bit of grapple speed. That just allows us to get up that, get through that part a little bit easier, and then big super grapple. Hold on, wait, let me cook.
Pause.
There we go. Big
No,
super
its
grapple.
tag is
into the-
claws, actually.
Ooh, something. The dogs in this game have claws, though. So. Awkward.
Yeah, but your tag is like like in Sonic Adventure, like in Sonic
Ooh,
Adventure
I've
2.
never played that game actually. Please don't spoil it.
No, I'm not bad.
Really?
You know,
apology.
like the concept of like treasure hunting.
Ooh, I love treasure hunting. This
Yeah.
game is kind of like treasure hunting, but like not RNG.
Oh yeah.
Think about it.
Are you just like the treasure hunting speedrunner now? Is that like what's going on?
I'll look into this for sure. I mean, there was just an Indiana Jones game. Does he count?
It depends
Well-
on what we count as treasure hunting. Yeah, like I don't know.
I
I've
would say,
never played an
yes.
Indiana Jones game, but like, does he
I
like
played the Indiana
colonize, or is
Jones.
it like already like
This is a good question.
okay?
I'm not
Leave your
equipped to
answer in the
answer this at the
YouTube
moment.
comments, I think.
Anarchy, can we get a pulse check on this?
Get the debate going. Come on. I better see some arguing in chat.
push 1 if Indiana Jones is treasure hunting. Push 2 if Indiana Jones is not treasure hunting.
It's up to you to decide. Love it, hate it. What did you rate it? This is Shadowtown. We're back in the cool zone. Yay!
Oh, this is the cool zone,
level-
yeah.
My executive answer is going to be no. Well, yes. My executive answer is that he is. Pause. Let's rethink our
I'm
answer
letting
here,
it
actually.
Hold on. So,
I'm-
someone in
let
chat
me
is
go.
giving a secret third thing. I'm not quite sure what's going on here.
Secret third thing.
That's.
I would say
Okay.
I'd
think
say,
it is. I'm not gonna
I can
answer.
tell you what the answer is because Indiana Jones is he's stopping Nazis actually.
I mean,
so
yeah.
I would say yes then.
Okay, yeah, okay. This is
Okay,
also good.
I can agree with that logic.
Yeah. I think it's very funny that we got to this like conclusion with you, like the Wolfenstein runner.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
I mean,
I don't think I need to elaborate on that.
yeah.
Oh, this is
Look,
cool.
Anarchy is most equipped out of all of us to answer this question, I think, just because she runs Wolfenstein. Yeah,
That was a dope string. I just wanted to say that.
that was.
That was very cool.
This game has so much just really cool movement, especially in this run when the kind of unfortunate thing about any percent and why I think this run is low-key better, low-key goated with the sauce, is you can't really do stuff like this in any percent. Because the gym routing actually kind of determines a lot. That was kind of slow because I took the wrong path, but I was kind of forced into it because of my speed. In any percent, because of the gym routing, you can't take as many of these really cool grapple strings to save any time. There are a few of them here and there, but they're a lot less common than in this category where your only goal is to get to the end, which is very nice. All right. We're going into the last 2 stages of the run. We've gotten through all 4 of the main worlds, and now we're in Heck, with 2 Ks, notably.
That's baller.
And yeah, I know I said, like, getting burnt alive, question mark, and turned into a ball of plasma energy were painful. I think going to hell might be worse, just a bit, but that's okay.
I think I could be inclined to agree with that.
That movement string is actually so much harder than it looks. Because
Yeah, I was about to ask, but I didn't know if it was done, so I just stayed quiet.
no, that movement string is really hard, and I low-key. I have my splits open. This space is interesting right now. I'll say that. I'm not sure.
Repacing.
We could be after this stage because I forget how this stage goes in my PB, low-key. But we'll see.
'Cause you didn't die, did you?
I will not answer this comment because I will not comment.
Oh yeah, no, you're not done yet.
Not-
I can't ask that.
Yeah, I'm hitting a frame perfect trick right now.
Oh yeah, so to ask you a question that isn't about like your pace. So like you're in a room and there's two guys and behind the guys.
We're not doing this bit again. Dude, my game's gonna crash again. God damn it. You distracted me and I went off at the wrong time. That's crazy. I don't think this is world record pace, but it's damn close actually. I think it's 45 for sure, but we'll see.
That's goated.
Yeah, it's kind of clean. I got one of those earlier today, and I was like, ooh, I think I'm good to go. These last two stages are kind of like final trials for both of them, and they get access to all of their power-ups again. The most funny out of all of these is the Fire Blast, because if we just hug this wall as we go up, I'm just holding down the trigger to use the power. Yeah, fairly simple to just hold up and go all the way to the top there. Not that I'm complaining that it's not difficult, because the Fire Blast is pretty hard to control, but it is fairly easy. And that's the last time we're seeing the best power up in the game, unfortunately. But that's okay. Into Nightmare Armada. This is the final stage. Once we break the goal for this stage at the very end of it, we will be on time. Big super, yes, nice. All the way through.
Oh, this is
here.
Oh, this is like so satisfying.
Yeah, that was good. I have about a minute and 10 seconds to finish this run, and if I can do that, then this might be world record. We'll see.
We'll see.
It is potentially possible. I'll have to.
Like you got to play out of your gourd, right? Like.
Well,
All right, log in. Log into it.
I don't think it's possible, but we'll see.
Well, we can say it's possible for like the viewer attention, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
It is possible. You can keep watching. This is actually the first time in any percent that we get the shotgun, which is really funny, because you literally just do not see it ever again, and ever before this.
So like, which one is like telling the truth and which one is lying? That's all I want to know.
Okay. Here I am focusing, trying to beat the stage.
Ooh, okay,
you
that was my
distracted me
bad.
and I died.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that kills world record for sure, because there's no checkpoints, because we're playing in time trial mode, so I have to play all the start of this again. Damn it. I had a run die like this the other day, too. My commentator is trolling. This is my curse for bringing Limey back on the stream. My fault, chat. But at least I got punished by the game for it, so, you know, that's okay. But, yeah, we're playing in time trial mode, which means there are no checkpoints, which means I have to go through that entire start again. I'm lucky, but oh well. It's chill. It's not that big a deal, because realistically, this is about world record, but it's damn close, and could have been a 45 if I didn't die there, but that's
still super impressive for an like event showing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that being the only death that I had, the only, like, actually very costly death is really good. Especially for this game. This game is a lot harder than I'm letting on, frankly. Especially Luna. Okay, this is a bit rough.
This is ridiculous.
Probably gonna take it a little bit safer with the damage boost. That's fine. I also totally missed the like health item that heals you to full, because in this time trial mode, they do replace all of the checkpoints with health items. So you can just take health items and like not have to worry about health ever, but I just skipped over it. Which,
Sounds like it wasn't my fault then.
Yeah, it is my fault, frankly. But that's okay.
No, I think it was Limey's fault.
I'm willing to take the blame, but I just want you to acknowledge that it could very well just be your fault as well.
Yeah, sure.
No.
I'll sleep on it and consider this.
Okay,
For sure.
that's fine.
We'll get back to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you in 2 weeks. You're on Hidden Heroes or whatever. Exclamation Hidden Heroes in Twitch chat.
Ooh. Well, yes.
we're gonna have an episode of Crash Out or Hash Out live on Hidden Heroes. Big news.
No, I can't believe this is
Big
becoming a
David
real
Heroes
game show.
fans.
This can't be happening. By the
Dude,
nine.
imagine that as a hotfix show. That'd be crazy.
By the nine.
By the way, we're coming up on time and time. Yay.
It's like the opposite of what happened with the last round, where we, like for the last 10 minutes, we were just saying time over and over again.
All right. Ooh, I clicked retry. I guess we gotta keep the timer going. Oops, my bad.
Not sure about that one, Chief.
My
And
bad.
that is all main stages. This game is really sick. I'm gonna go to the main menu. Hold up. I want to hear the cool main menu music one more time. There we go. This game is really cool. Again, this is however much Anarchy said, $10 right now. on
$10.79,
Steam.
I think.
$10.79.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's a steal for the amount of content this game has. You can tell because I have. Let me look at my hour count. I have 67 hours in this game. Have not 100% completed this game. My fault. But it has built-in time trials. It has a really friendly and inviting speedrun community who I want to give a shout out to. Thanks for helping me learn and get started in this game and be able to run it. It is really, really sick. Come run it. It is a blast. If you've played this game casually, it is just your casual playthrough, but fast. It's relatively friendly as well to people who haven't speedrun before because you literally just time it with real time. Pretty straightforward. It is a absolute blast and has a fantastic storyline that is absolutely hilarious. So go buy this game. As for me, I stream occasionally on twitch.tv/ShovelClaws. I'm hoping to get back more into it in the new year as I pick up a few new games that I want to run more. But you can find me on Blue Sky. Ooh, Variety Speedrunner. You can find me on Blue Sky as shovelclaws.bluesky.social and YouTube. YouTube's my third social media. I had to remember there for a second. Where you can find me as shovelclaws as well. But Limey, you have any shoutouts?
I did my shout out to Byron. You're good.
Okay. Cool.
Also, obligatory shout out because we both work on it. It's very cool and season's going to end soon. Shout out to your CSR. There's a bingo league for Bomber Cyberpunk, and we both play that game. It's really cool.
Yeah, bingo is my one true passion in the speedrun community.
Let's go bingo.
And we've been putting.
It's just two acronyms with an underscore in it. Yeah.
And we've been putting.
Oh, well, that's awesome.
In the speedrun community. And we've been putting on a.
We might be so back.
We may be so back.
You might be so back. Oh no.
It's Joey.
Ooh. If Shovel Stream is not going to come back, then I'm just going to say, yeah, we've been putting on this bingo tournament for BRC Bomber Cyberpunk, which we both run, and also playouts for this week. It's going to be very cool. We're excited to be streaming the end of that. Also, watch that, follow Shovel, all of that good stuff. I can't think of anything else that it said. Might be back.
Paused.
You know what? My internet didn't crash the entire run, so I'm okay with it doing it at the end at least. That's chill. The other thing that I wanted to shout out is Anarchy for having us on the show and also just having this show in general. I think it's really cool that, a bunch of underrepresented communities get a spotlight like this. Really sick. So thank you, Anarchy, for having us on.
Thank you, Anarchy.
Of course, we love our underrepresented and marginalized speedrunners. We love them so much. So I'm glad to have a show to showcase all of these runners who might not get the spotlight that they deserve to have all the time. But anyway, thank you so much for watching Hidden Heroes Episode 2. We had a great showing tonight. Some wonderful speedrunners, the generational lineup of platform gamers. One last announcement here. Make sure you go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix to check out our Season 4 schedule and check out the schedule for an in-depth look at this week's runs. There, of course, will be more runs, more shows this week on Hotfix, so be sure to check them out. We also are going to be having a replay, I'm pretty sure, after this, so if you missed any of the action from either of the shows today, Perilous Pass or Hidden Heroes, be sure to stick around. But I think that is going to be all from me, Host Anarchy. So remember, my friends, you're all great and you're all heroes. So good night, and we will see you tomorrow live for more GDQ Hotfix. Bye, friends.